All right, we are back for another awesome Tuesday edition. We've got Skitzo lined up behind the backstage here, waiting to pop in. And we've got our awesome co-host. Let's bring them in first, like always, Mr. Danzilla, the Terrible.
Hello! How's it going, everyone?
Good, man. Looking like your background's taking some shape down there. Some cool logos there.
Yeah.
Gangly
Downtown. This is the opposite of where I really live.
Yeah, no shit. And then downtown is Koala. What's up, Koala?
Howdy, howdy.
Good to have you guys. Thank you very much for being here once again. Another awesome Tuesday.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we have our friend Skitzo lined up here behind backstage. Let's say hi to everybody first real quick. We've got Zoe FPV here first in the house. Awesome to have him lined up.
OG.
We got Fly High FPV, Space Invaders Media, who came in earlier today. CMYK FPV, Max H.
That's my boy.
Carbon Cage FPV, Bright Until I Fly.
Yeah, shout out Jack.
Denzel, of course. King Geek. Kevin Sumner. And Northside Hawks dropping in. Awesome. Off-grid everything. I think that's it. Welcome in, everybody. Swift Duck. Right 9. Good to see all you guys popping in.
Oh, no, not
It's going to be an awesome stream. We've got some wicked videos lined up, definitely. Some of you guys are going to want to check out. And yeah, we've got Skitzo. Let's bring him in. He's been patiently waiting to pop in here. Thank you very much, Skitzo, for popping in and hanging out with us on a crazy Tuesday edition of FPV Your World.
Can you guys hear me?
Hear you loud and clear.
All right, cool. I set it up correctly then.
Nice. Yeah, StreamYard's actually fairly easy. It corrects itself and does all the adjustments on the fly. It's pretty nice.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So welcome in. Thank you very much for being here.
I'd be lost without it.
So I actually don't know any of you guys. So could you guys go around and just kind of introduce yourself to me?
Yeah, for sure. So I'm Marcel. I'm off axis. I'm here in Vancouver, BC, Canada. I've been flying drones for about 6 or 7 years now. Kind of focus on long range and micros. So yeah, I fly a lot of cool mountains up here with Falcon Rat FPV and a couple other cool pilots.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, it's been really the last couple of years have been pretty amazing for my channel and just for my flights. In the long range category, it's been really awesome. I got a FPV Rippy award last year, which was all due to the community, I think. But yeah, it's really cool. We're all Canadians, but Danzilla,
nice.
Yeah, I'm in Ontario, pretty far north, up in the forest. I'm just kind of a hermit up in my cabin in the forest. I fly like 5-inch stuff, and Marcel's got me into the long range, so I've been recently building up a long range rig and flying farther and farther. Yeah, I've only been in this for about 3 years now, I guess. So yeah.
Okay.
This is my third or fourth summer. I can't even remember. But yeah, I'm pretty new to it, but I'm in deep.
Yeah.
Like we all are.
Yeah, and so I'm Koala. Basically, I've been flying for a couple of years now, and just like been trying to always get better and stuff. My buddy from UK, Jack, Bright Until I Fly, he's actually the one that got me into this. He's like a buddy of mine from overseas, from Let's Drone Out, and basically, yeah, I just, like I said, I've just been trying to get better and learn a lot, and that's kind of that's where I'm at right now.
And you've been escaping to Taiwan and flying long range as well out there, which is pretty dope.
Oh yeah. I've been doing some crazy shit that I think is crazy. So
hell yeah.
He lives in Ontario too. He lives south of Toronto. Just getting that in there.
Oh, cool. Yeah, nice to meet you guys.
Where are you from?
Nice to meet you too, man.
Where are you from, Skitzo?
Atlanta, Georgia.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh, he's a Georgia boy. That explains a lot.
Yeah, the breeding grounds. The Atlanta crew. Yeah.
Man, crazy.
Kind of where it all started, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I actually met Steele Davis at he worked at like a local hobby shop, and at that time I was building an MXP 230, which is an X-Hover, like one of their first ever quadcopter setups. And back then, we were on like 3S Simon K, clean flight, you know, like primitive stuff. Yeah. And yeah, we met and actually kind of thought he was a joke, or not a joke. I thought he was a jerk when I first met him. Yeah, I don't know. We ended up becoming best buddies, and then the whole like Atlanta crew started. You know, everyone started popping up, and it blew up. So
that's awesome.
Wow.
But yeah, I think it's pretty wild to see where it's gone. You probably know I haven't posted in a long time. I don't really fly much anymore, but I still kind of, you know, try to, you know, peek through the looking glass here and there and see what everyone's up to, and to see like where it's ended up, and it's still exciting, and so
yeah, it's super cool. I have like a lot of inspiration from your videos came, you know, into my hands of flying and stuff like that through different, even like I go to parking garages, or I'll go to like office parks and just like fly around there and just think about some of the videos that I've seen too, right? And just kind of the thought process into like maneuvers, like yaw maneuvers and stuff. You're just like trying to find some kind of magic, you know? And it's fucking awesome, man. There's a lot of cool pilots that inspire to try and get that flow, you know, in different ways you can maneuver the quad. It was so fucking incredible. I never thought anything about it in the last, like, you know, when I first started, it was all about just kind of cruising around and stuff. Now it's like, my gosh, like just insane what you can do with a drone. It's insane.
Oh yeah, actually, I'm pretty. I thought about like making a, you know, a comeback and start flying again and stuff. But then I see some of these crazy, like the pilots now are way better than we were back then, you know. So I'm like, maybe I'll just sit back on the on the sidelines and watch. So
you don't need to be good, man. You don't need to keep up with them.
Oh,
Keeping
I know.
up with the Joneses is a waste of time.
But it's more of like an internal comp. You know, I've always been competitive like my whole life for the most part, or you know, always try to strive to be as good as I can be, and sometimes you know you'll never reach that status. So I
can believe that the pilots have gotten better over the years, but I also believe that the electronics and
the technology has too. Absolutely,
like the gear.
People are now like using like Betaflight 4.5 stock tune, and it like flies great on most quads. You're like, wait, what? You know, 6 years ago, you'd be like, no, that would not happen.
And I would say that some of that was some of the excitement of when I flew back then was the knowledge of learning how to tune, and like I remember spending like hours and hours at the field, like, you know, doing rolls, landing, adjusting, you know, the PID values, rolls, and so then it was just really gratifying to like take that and make really good footage with it. But now everything flies good now. You have hyper smoothing, so everything looks cinematic now. So it kind of removed a little bit of the excitement for me, but at the same time, I mean, it's better, you know, it's better technology. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's crazy how it's come along. I even looked back, actually, just earlier today. I was looking back at some of old Joshua Bardwell videos from like 7-8 years ago, just comparing it to like the videos when you were flying, and just like checking out the tech and reminding myself, like,
oh yeah,
man, like the FPV cameras were just getting good back then. Like,
but I was gonna say, like, man, when you go back into like your like first real videos, you're still flying like your flying's amazing though for like your first videos, man. Like that's one thing I noticed. You're always like super smooth.
Yeah,
probably took like a couple. Like, well, how long did you start flying before you like actually started making videos? Because I don't think you started.
I accelerated pretty quickly, actually. I started learning actually with OpenPilot, believe it or not, and in angle mode, right? So you couldn't like, you know, do full acro. And Steele was like, dude, you need to learn acro. Don't like learn with training wheels. Just go straight in and crash. And so I went out to the field every day practicing, you know, just acro maneuvers and trying not to crash. And but it took me, I'd say from the time I first started flying till posting was probably about a 3-month period.
Okay.
Because I was going ham. I was like, you know how most people in the hobby are probably. I have an addictive personality, so I was like, I was in. Like I was tunneling vision. I was out there every day. Back then, you didn't have these fancy props, you know. So like when you crashed, I mean, they shattered like like glass, and you had to I still think they fly better. Glass nylon flies better. But
interesting. I'm pretty sure too that the knowledge base wasn't there as much either. Like now, I don't know anything really about electronics and volts and watts. So, you know, I'm not that smart in that stuff, but I can find anything.
absolutely,
You know, 2 minutes with a Google search. You know, I'm sure you guys fought against that a lot more back then.
I mean, we obviously had like, you know, YouTube was out and like we had all this stuff, but like the technology was so new that you either had to know somebody that has done it before, or you went on RC groups, and that was really your only two, you know, knowledge bases at the time.
Wow.
Thankfully, Steele and a few of the other guys have been doing it probably about a year before me, and so it was like they could help me a little bit when I had questions and stuff. But
that's good.
I see.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you still fly super high rates and race flight? Brighton Till I Fly wants to know.
I haven't flown. I do still have race flight setups to be honest, but I haven't flown them in
you
in
should
a little
totally
while.
Do that.
Yeah, but yeah, I probably
do like
I probably would still be flying the same rates for sure.
You should do like a comparison video, like one of your race flight get ups, and then you know, just get like a stock B&F Nazgul or something, you know, an iFlight Nazgul, and just compare.
Yeah, I'm building a beta flight rig right now, actually.
Well, then there you go.
Yeah, I still haven't made the shift.
To see.
I still haven't made the shift to digital. I do want to. I tried the first generation of the DJI setup. I think Kevin got it and showed it to me, and I flew it around the parking lot, and I was like, this is pretty neat. I've never been a fan of like I was so used to like you know, the individual eye ports, you know what I mean, you get from Dominators. I didn't like the big screen in front of your face, and so that took a little while to get used to, but overall I was actually impressed with the first generation. I know it's come a long way since then. I just haven't made that push, you know. So
yeah, I remember I was watching like your last video, and I think you were talking about like, hey, maybe I'm gonna get digital, or you're like checking digital out or something. And
I never did. I was checking it out, but I never actually.
That's what I wondered. I'm like, did you ever? Yeah.
Analog for life. I'm still analog for life.
Yeah, me too. I still play analog.
I'm spicy analog right now a little bit, but not much. Just because again,
I started with DJI and have never done anything else.
Yeah, I mean, if it works, it works. You know.
Yeah. Totally.
It's funny that you brought up long range off axis, because my first time, I have a funny experience or a funny thing to share. My very first time ever trying long range was probably 2014, or I don't know what. I'm gonna butcher it. It was a while ago. It was, you know, and we were flying. I'm gonna ruin the name of it. Is it Dragon Link? Does that sound familiar?
Dragon Link?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it was like 433 megahertz, I think. No, it wasn't. No, it was lower than that, I think. Anyway, and I was a 6-inch setup, and I had like the big grapefruit, you know, 1.3 video. I might have been
1.2, 1.3, yeah.
Yeah, and it, you know, they had those big, you know, like antennas on them, and I remember because back then, you know, I don't think I didn't have GPS, I didn't have anything fancy on it, and I just remember like flying forever, and the very first time of like just not hearing your drone anymore, because I didn't run, you know, microphone and all that kind of stuff. So so then there's that, you know, it's like my only rig too, you know, and so I'm like all like scared, and then the video starts to break up, and it literally went out, and so I panicked and just kind of like, you know, did a bank angle and just like held it for a while.
Right.
And I probably was maybe 2 miles. I wasn't like doing anything super crazy, but it actually fail-safed on me, and I had to go out and that, you know, we had like the little I can't even remember how I recovered it. The moral of the story is my very first experience was like horrifying, and I'm sure it's way different now, you know, like everything's so much more reliable now, but it was just kind of a funny, like I did it. I did it and never did it again. I was like, okay, did that, I'm done, you know. But it's super cool though. Like I would think it'd be probably a lot cooler
doing that
now.
too.
In the very beginning,
I remember that too. The first time I was gonna say
I had a horrible experience the first time I tried long range too, actually.
Okay.
And but it was totally my own fault, because I got confused with what switches were on my radio. I was doing return to home, and but somehow I confused it with disarm, so I had a really crazy situation. Yeah,
Luckily,
but everything was okay. Nothing ended
Oh,
up
there
bad.
you go.
Yeah, it was soft landing.
I was some kind of crazy luck, I think, but
this is a video I did recently. Here's a little shorty. I did that this past year.
Yeah, you guys are so lucky you have all these cool like altitude mountain shots.
nuts, pretty nuts. It's like National Geographic right there, man.
So cool.
Yeah, and I'm still getting like really good range out of just an analog 7-inch. You know, it's dual 6S, but yeah, everything's analog, TBS, loving life.
Yeah. And what receiver protocol are you using?
I'm just using Crossfire.
It's all Crossfire. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Wow, man, the light looks sick on that.
You got to have the epic music.
Yeah, I have to.
Yeah. Where's the volcano shot, bro?
This is actually an intro video to my Choose Your Own Adventure series. So basically, at the end of each video, you pick on one of these videos, and it will take you to the next video, and then it'll take you on like a trip around this mountain.
You get to choose your own way. Yeah.
You either go up the mountain or you go down the mountain. Basically, it's kind of a neat little experience.
That's cool. That's some effort too. I'll give you props on the effort involved in that. Yeah, that's cool.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do another one this year, but I still got to capture the footage to put it all together.
Yeah, that's a lot of work, man. Yeah.
Thank you. Someone else inspired me to do it. Some other channel that did a.
It wasn't me.
Idea. Yeah. But yeah, I kind of work in the film industry and kind of have that sense.
I was about to lead to that next. What do you guys do for a living?
So I'm a pipe fitter by trade, but when I'm not working in that trade, I work in the film industry. I've been working as an actor, started off as an extra for a while, but I also
should be out here, man. Atlanta's like blowing up the movie scene.
Well, we have The Last of Us here right now.
Oh, okay, there you go. Yeah,
a bunch of other shows that came out here that's pretty popular as well. So yeah, Hollywood is here in Vancouver. But yeah, you guys go ahead. You can tell us kind of what you guys do. I know Danzilla works from home.
There you go.
You're on mute.
And he shit.
Is it a hardware or software mute?
All right, why don't you go first, Cole?
I have a habit of double muting.
Yeah, so I have a media production company, so I do like a whole bunch of different stuff and just general tech sort of shit. Pretty much.
Very cool.
Yeah.
We're going to chatting. We're going to text now.
Yeah.
Danzilla is confused. Danzilla works from home, does photoshopping and all kinds of cool shit for big companies.
But, yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, still no.
But he has no voice, unfortunately.
That's weird. I don't know why he's having audio issues. It's the first time ever. We'll jump into his videos. We got a couple lined up, and the first two are Danzilla. Then we got Koala video.
I got shot already.
I'm back.
There you are.
He's back. Hey.
There you are. You can tell us.
This is. Yeah, I was gonna say. Oh, this is me. I just live right beside this lake, so I always get these nice sunsets. I'm still waiting for that perfect pink and purple one, but.
Wow.
I've been. This is the 7-inch, my 7-inch long range rig that I've been working up. So I've done 6 kilometers now with it, but this is just a rip around my little lake over the water.
Is it 7 or is it a 7.5? I thought you put bigger props on it.
Oh, it's a 7. It's a 7.5. Yeah. Yeah.
I want to pre-apologize for my American metrics by measuring things in miles.
Yeah. No, it's all good.
What 6 kilometers is like? What? I don't even know.
Like 4 or 5 miles or something. 4. Like that.
Yeah.
Further than I'm ever gonna fly.
Yeah.
This is clenching. Like I've been trying to get lower and faster to the water, and it's like I'm asking for trouble, but it's
a hell of a lot of outlaws. That's a beautiful shot, man. You got like really that's really scenic out there. The question is,
nice.
how cold does it get?
It'll get down to minus 30 Celsius in the winter,
nope,
easy.
I'm
So,
done. Nope.
No,
sir.
Not the coldest part of it's not the coldest part of Canada, but it does get pretty chilly.
No,
there.
it's
But it also gets
super
very,
cold.
very hot as well too. Ontario is one province where like
humid.
the temperature doesn't know where it is. It just
We have the same temperature as like New York, pretty much.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, it gets full of snow, tons of cold.
I'm the
Roads
opposite.
get all messed up.
In Vancouver, BC,
Fun geography fact.
Week of snow, if that.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
Fun geography fact. The southern tip of Ontario is farther south than the northern border of California.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's parts of Canada that are more south than parts of America. Yeah, totally.
They're more than California.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah.
Now, where are you? Where are you located physically during this shot?
I'm coming around to where I am. I'm sitting on a dock.
Okay, so you're coming
sort of
towards me.
pretty far ahead. Yeah, it's a little farther down the lake.
Gonna go
yeah.
give himself a haircut in a second.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And this one I did buzz behind myself. When you feel the wind of your own quad behind your head, a 7-inch quad doing like 60 kilometers an hour, 70 kilometers an hour. I'm right there.
I'm also shocked at like how vacant it is. Like the lakes out here like this are just exploded with people. So
this is a weekday, so no tourists at the moment.
There you go.
And this area is like basically the land of lakes too. Like if you look on the map, Ontario, this area of Ontario is just full of lakes.
Okay, I was about to say, like we're kind of dense here, and there's only a handful of lakes. So
totally,
yeah. But yeah, here I can't do long range without going over water. At first, I was so scared to go over the water, and I'm like, I can't actually do anything long range without going over water, so I have to get over myself.
Yeah. Because if it drops, you're pretty much done. I mean,
it's gone. Good, gone. It's pretty deep in parts of that lake. So
I've always said all ground is lava. You don't want to land. You don't ever want to land until you actually come to where you're.
Yeah.
You want to touch the ground.
Correct. Yeah. But especially water.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Glub. Yeah.
Very cool.
It wouldn't stop me from trying to find it, though. I'd definitely be going for a swim.
So you live near this lake? Is this something around your residence?
My house isn't directly like right on the lake.
Right,
it's like on the other
close
side of the road. It's on the other side of the road.
Wow.
Behind where I'm at my neighbor's house with their dock. So
there you go.
And my house is just behind theirs. So
here comes that rip around the head.
Yeah, that's me coming right behind my head. I was like, that was a little closer than I planned, but.
And so, what is the temperature at this point?
Oh, this was last week. It was in the high 20s. Yeah, I can't remember what it was.
What does that mean in
Fahrenheit? It was a beautiful day.
Yeah, come on, man. We use Fahrenheit here.
100 is what? 5?
20 degrees is like 70.
You're what?
20 degrees is 70.
Okay.
So it's in the 80s.
That's perfect, man. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's perfect day. Perfect day.
With the
not
sunset.
too hot, not too cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm waiting for one of those pink and purple
like that all
sunsets,
year. I would be on that dock with you.
True. Yeah.
Sure. But sometimes you do see me wobble a little bit. That's me like getting a mosquito off my face or something. The little bastards. They wait till you put your goggles on and then they go for you.
Yep.
Right. I've had them actually try to sneak in under your eye, like right there in your goggles.
Have you had like something crawl into your ear? That's also fun too.
Just any feeling that is on your face that you can't really get to immediately, like whether it's a bug or a hair or a whatever.
Yeah. Your senses are heightened. So anything that brushes you or
you have to like compartmentalize the feelings outside of the goggles.
Yeah.
It's true. I'm getting good at putting up with the mosquitoes. Just be like, okay, yep, there's a mosquito biting me.
So what kind of flight time do you get like when you're just cruising like this?
This is a crazy weird build. This is not your regular long range build. This is with a lipo instead of a Lion. So this has got a 7,000 mAh lipo on it.
Okay.
And I've been getting like 17 minutes, I think.
Wow.
About that, something like that. And that's doing 70 kilometers an hour cruise,
Yeah.
fast cruise with a GoPro. You know, I could just go with this thing. It's wonderful. My longest round trip was like 20 something kilometers.
Wow.
This is the Falcon Rat RPM frame.
It's a big, heavy boy, but it moves. It moves like a bus with rockets on it, kind of thing.
And what GoPro is this?
10.
This is a 10. Yeah.
Okay. I haven't had a GoPro since the 7. So.
Oh shit.
They've only gotten heavier, my friend. Apparently,
I'm sure. I'm sure they tend to have that habit of getting bigger every time.
Yeah, bigger and heavier. I'm so jealous. This is Koala's video. I'm so jealous of this video.
Yeah, this is my. I just flew this the other day. Yeah.
A Virgin Bridge, unopened, newly constructed.
Oh, missed the wire.
That was on purpose.
Just barely.
Yeah,
that's what you tell everybody.
It was 100% on purpose, obviously.
It's wild how smooth stuff is now. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I still can't Matty flip.
I don't know, man. I'm trying to do it. I don't know. I'm trying to see what I can do.
Front flip right there and go backwards. Duh.
Shit. I need some
upgrades.
Yeah. I was thinking about I should have flipped
slapping it on the grass
backwards and then done a power loop on the other one, but fuck. I only had like 3 packs, and it was also like kind of a sketchy spot, so I was a little nervous.
Those birds are dive bombing you too.
Bro, the birds are dive bombing me like nonstop, but they're like, bro, they're just like flying in the area. They're just like, it's like this is their area because that's all the trees and shit. So they're just like checking me out. But
they were doing freestyle there first, and all of a sudden this guy comes with analog and is taking over the sky.
They're the locals. They're the locals. It's their turf.
And you know what's crazy though? I mean, I've actually had multiple experiences where like birds will be flying almost, it seems like, with the drones, dude. Like they're not like going after them. They're like kind of just checking them out in the air.
Wow.
Well, dude, you know you've seen my backyard that I've flown in. I've got there's like your typical robins and such in my yard. There's a family of robins in my yard now. They don't care about the drone. I'll fly a foot over a robin. A robin will be on the lawn, and I'll be a foot over his head with the 5-inch. I'll go screaming past him, and I'll do a flip, and I'll come back, and he's still standing there. Like he didn't take off. He didn't freak out at all. They just put up with it now. It's weird, man. The birds in my yard are like, oh, Dan's out again with his drone. Hope he doesn't.
Birds have other things to worry about, man. Birds have like, I mean, they're pretty.
They've just learned that.
But yeah, this is just like this is basically like all warm up type packs that I didn't have enough packs to really like go that hard. I would say. Yeah, like
takes a long time to get warmed up with Kiss, right?
Totally does, dude. Yeah, man, you just really gotta warm up.
Have you ever? That's like, was Kiss around back in the day, Skitzo, or like was that something that?
Oh yeah, no, they were around. Yeah. Not like back in the really early days, but yeah, they came out.
And you got to experience.
Koala's our resident Kiss flyers. So
I mainly flew Kiss ESEs when they first came out, because the Kiss, the 18 amp ESEs when they first came out were way further advanced than BL Heli and Simon K and all that stuff. So I flew that primarily, but I did fly some Kiss flight controllers, but those came way later. The biggest problem I had with Kiss though was the availability at the time. Like you could only order it from Germany, and it would take forever to get here, and so it was just annoying. He would have to stock up on ESEs, and it became more of a hassle. So
true.
Yeah. See, I've done the stocking up part, and I haven't. I'm stocked up right now, basically.
Yeah.
That way. Yeah.
But now, is it still Kiss or is it FetTech now, or is it split up?
So it's Kiss Ultra is what I fly, which is.
What is FetTech then? Is that like didn't they split up or something? Like weren't they like a joint?
Well, one of them. So Alexander Fedorov is the guy who does Kiss Ultra, and
you're diving back to the Volt here.
Yeah. And then Felix does the FetTech stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. So but I don't know. Some boards are still Kiss, some boards aren't anymore, I don't think. And I don't know. Yeah, I don't know everything, and I definitely won't claim to. So
Yeah, this
What are
was,
you flying here, Skitzo?
This was probably flight 1 or race flight at the time. This is actually at a disc golf. Have you guys heard of disc golf? This like I don't know if that's
totally.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's like I thought
Frolf.
that might be it. Whatever.
Yeah.
I've never done it before. I just know of its existence, and this is a disc golf course in the middle of in the Atlanta area, and we kind of would go there a lot. It actually took me and Steele flew here. We took Kevin here, or Kevin actually brought me here actually, and then I brought
Nice.
Johnny FPV out here. I mean, a lot of people have flown this spot actually.
Cool.
Huh.
Well,
that was a cool spot for sure.
hell yeah.
We have a lot of trees that look similar, but
yours are way
totally
taller,
different places.
probably.
Yeah.
I remember
my forest is dense.
I remember seeing you guys know Matty Stunts, right? I'm assuming.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's up here in Surrey. He's been.
I know he was somewhere up there with you guys, and I remember seeing those crazy pine. I don't know if they're pine trees or not, but they're like 4 times. They look like exaggerated Shrek like trees, and it'd just be like a trunk that goes like a mile up, and then there's like a little Christmas tree like thing on the top. I'm like, what the hell is this?
Yep.
So I got really jealous with the kind of like crazy altitude stuff you could do with freestyle because of those.
Sure.
Yeah, but ours don't get anywhere
Trees
near
are
that
dicks.
gnarly. I love
Trees are dicks.
Love them. They're only dicks.
I have a love hater on the air.
They're only dicks when they jump out in front of you.
Yeah.
Exactly. My forest is really dense, so I can't fly through the trees like that, but I love playing in the tops of them, and
Yeah, we can only get away with that typically.
Thing
out
to
here.
fly around is trees.
Yeah. We can get away with that because a lot of it's kind of like groomed or it's like man-made, where they just plant them, they perfectly space it out everywhere. So
Yeah, never really like flown in a forest. I think I like tried to fly with like a mini, like a DJI mini type thing in a forest before, but never like an actual quad.
Yeah, that's
big
pretty
tall
much all
trees
we
are
have out
scary
here.
because if they suck you in at the top, it's hard to get out.
Yeah. I find that a lot of people that fly a lot of tree areas, there's always somebody that has a super long pole in their trunk.
Should.
I don't even remember this video.
Yeah, off grid knows. I only fly forest too.
Wow.
You fly 4S?
And my yard that's carved out of it.
So the explanation of this and FetTech is in the chat right there from Brighton Tie Fly.
Is Felix, who did hardware and is a fork of KISS. They have to pay the rights to Paul Blake, KISS OG, and Alexander Fed wrote most of the code for and is KISS
Ultra. Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I just remember they like separated or something, like went on their what their separate
Still
ways.
has port code and
Sounds like a soap opera.
Yeah, I'm sure. Who knows what really went down? I just know that.
There's always a little bit of soap opera shit going on in FPV somewhere at some point.
Sure.
It's not BL Heli going away. It's Rotor Riot making.
I heard about that too. The BL Heli basically abandoned.
Yeah, just said.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't even flash BL Heli anymore because their servers are down. So you got what you got, and if you want to change or upgrade,
I'm sure you can download it, right? At least
you can use a configurator to change like parameters, settings, and whatever. But you can't. There's no flashing. There's no updating. There's no downgrading. There's no nothing.
Yeah, you're on the version
that
you're
we're
on.
not having a backup version of something like. For the 8-bit, we had JESE. Like I remember using that a lot back in the day, and like now nobody even really uses JESE. It's all just BL Heli again.
Yeah. I think the main problem is the hexes are out there. Everybody's got hexes. I know Riot 9 has a collection of all the beta flight or the hexes and stuff like that. But the problem isn't getting the hexes; it's the bootloader system. You can't get into it without their servers.
That's Nick Willard right there, Wild Willie. I was wondering who I was there with. I was like, I don't recognize that car.
What day was that? What day was it?
That was back when he was in college. I mean,
8 years ago.
He was just a kid. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Got our friend EBR that we usually play in the beginning, no longer. But check out EBR. He's an awesome pilot.
This cat's fast.
This cat.
He's very fast. Yeah. This guy. Oh, I think it looks pretty damn fast to me. Yeah. Hell yeah.
And that's the new ESC with KISS. It's Volterra or whatever.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's true. So, you know how, I don't know if you know much, there's like the KISS ESCs with Flyduino, but then this is a whole different thing with LiveU FPV.
Okay. Yeah, there's too much stuff going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, just fly what you want.
A branch of a branch of a branch.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, if you're getting a new ESC, though, you're going to have to go with the M32. That's all I know.
Yeah. I mean, I think as long as like your motor spin, then
this guy must be flying some kind of gnarly field of view here.
Yeah, he's good. He's just really good. And he knows this park by like the back of his hand.
Yeah. That helps.
Yeah.
It does.
You got to know
where
where
always much worse when I go somewhere. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, anytime I go somewhere that's not my yard, I suck. I'm really good in my backyard.
The trick is you go there like I would do, and we go to spots, and I'd make Kevin fly first, and then I would ride along and be like, "Oh, there's a hole. He should have done that. Oh, that was cool."
Yeah.
And kinda like,
good idea.
Back when we were all competitive and shit, it was funny. I remember when me and Kevin and Steele, we all got and fly, and we'd get all this GoPro footage, and we would literally race home to try to be the first one that would edit like post from that spot.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Oh, yeah,
so
for sure.
We got to be the first one that posted the spot. Then then the other guy looks like a copycat. It's like, oh, we already saw that. That spot now.
Totally.
You want to get the spot first. Yeah, obviously.
So funny.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Maybe we should have a contest for the stream like that, like a speed run edit. Okay, on Sunday at 1:00, 1:00 Eastern, everybody has to go fly a pack, and the first person to get a video to YouTube gets extra points for the best one.
The problem is I was always at a disadvantage because they live closer to the city, and we usually flew around the city. So I had to drive an hour and a half back to get home, and they're already almost done with their edit. So it was funny. Yeah. It was all fun. I mean,
well, I have the slowest internet in the world. It'll take me a couple hours to upload a video. So.
Yeah. But then it was also super cool to see like us all go to the same spot, and then we just have completely different styles and like vibes and everything. It was just neat to see that.
That's cool.
Everyone's different take on stuff. So
very cool.
That's kind of what I liked about the whole skateboarding vibe of FPV too. Like some people's videos, they'll mash together like other pilots together in one video, kind of like my intro is, but like make it like they'll like fly a pack for one pilot, and then they'll show another pilot after that, but same location or sometimes different location. And
yeah, it's like a skate video. Yeah,
totally. Did skateboarding ever inspire you in your beginnings or in your flights, or did anything else inspire you?
Yeah, absolutely. I skated since 5th grade all the way till I was about 25 or so, and I was actually sponsored by like a local skate shop. So I thought I was like in high school. I thought I was so cool because I did but didn't, because I get free skate shoes and skateboards and grip tape and and but
that's cool.
Yeah,
that's rad.
Interesting. I'm old enough that I don't know if you guys are how involved you guys are in the skateboarding scene, especially from the 90s, but there was a guy named Jamie Thomas that lived here. And we used to skate with him, and he was like gnarly as hell at the time. And I remember him saying, "I'm going to move out to California" and all this stuff, and then he formed Zero, and obviously history made itself. But,
he was in Tony Hawk Pro Skater, I'm pretty sure. Man.
Yeah, he was.
All of them, like like hell yeah.
Cool.
So anyway, long story short, that's where the flow concept came from. Was kind of like I always kind of I didn't skateboard vert, but I kind of whenever I would fly around, I kind of pretended like I was on like a vert,
hell yeah,
setup, and I'd always try to like chain stuff together that just made sense.
It's fun,
right?
You say you're old school. I skateboarded as a kid in the 80s.
Yeah.
That was my decade.
I did too. I mean, I had, hold up, Powell Peralta. I had Plan B. Do you remember Plan B?
Fuck yeah.
I do.
Yeah, okay.
Lance Mountain. Mountain.
Yeah.
I had a Lance Mountain and a Natus Scopus. Was it?
Yep.
Yep.
I had a big poster of Mike Vallely. Unless I
Nice.
I always butchered his last name. I think I'm saying that right.
Most people did back in the day.
Yeah.
Mike Vallely, whatever.
Vallely.
The fucking super badass dude that would just like fuck with the security guards.
Oh yeah, I'll never forget the video of him like beating the shit out of like 5 skinheads or something or whatever it was. I don't know. He was just like in a huge fight. I remember.
Totally.
There'll be like skateboarding video of him, and then all of a sudden there'll be like video footage of him.
Like Karens. It's like
match, like boxing some guy out and stuff. You're like, what?
Yeah.
That's where the crossover is with FPV. Is like you get the people who don't want you to fly drones and that like, while you're flying.
Yeah.
Well, that's hilarious.
He was super inspiring though, Mike Vallely, because he was one of the guys who started the whole campaign with like the no helmet, like wear a helmet and fucking skateboard, like get real, man. Like I've lost so many friends from skateboarding who like had concussions or like bleeding in the brain that like ended up dying.
I thankfully did not have any. I never skated with helmets on though.
Yeah.
No.
Well, Marcel's a madman too. He used to throw himself down mountains on longboards. So
I used to race longboard and used to use True Luge back in the day too as well. A lot of fun.
You guys
doing 100 miles an hour.
You guys remember Danny Way?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Danny Way.
Yep.
Jumping out of the helicopter.
Yeah.
That guy was a madman.
Oh yeah, that was crazy. Rodney Mullen.
Yeah.
Rodney Mullen, obviously, the legend.
Bam Margera.
I keep seeing like little shorts of him doing flatland stuff in my chair. I keep seeing videos of Rodney Mullen doing his
definitely a joke,
stuff.
right?
Yeah, oh, that's awesome.
You can't mention these people then and put him in there in the same sentence.
I know. But he was.
I mean, I'm not gonna say he didn't have a place and he wasn't hilarious and shit, but
obviously. Yeah. That's funny.
But Scoot and Boogie.
This is our good friend 8-Bit. He flies micros over in New Mexico. I was going to say northern Mexico, but New Mexico.
Very cool.
And he also does his own DJing and music and stuff. Oh, this is a skate park. I see it now.
Huh. Yeah, a lot of crossover.
Skate park on.
I've got a funny story. When me, Steele, and Kevin were flying, and we were flying at like a skyscraper, like we were, like in the city. And I wasn't really flying because I've just never been a big fan of diving skyscrapers and crap. So I was just kind of watching, and maybe I was flying that day. I don't remember. Anyway, point is security came out and they're like, "Yo, you guys can't fly here," because we're like standing on the property of the skyscraper, and they're like, "You can't fly here. We're gonna call the cops." And Steele, Steele was a little bit rebellious. He's like, "Call the cops. I don't give a shit." Like kind of I'm like, Steele, dude, what the hell? And so anyway, so cops show up. And they're like, "You can't fly, you can't be here, you're loitering or whatever." So we're like, "Okay." So we literally like relocated to the across the street and then continued to dive the security guards and all this shit. It was funny because they can't really do anything at that point because you're not
on that property.
Yeah, you're not technically on the property anymore. So the cops are kind of out of their jurisdiction at that point. So it was kind of funny. I don't know where stuff has evolved since then, but I always knew that was like a gray area of like, FAA or something,
right? Yeah, totally.
Like, can you violate airspace? I don't know. Yeah, I guess so.
You can now.
Yeah, you probably can now. But I mean, back then you could hover in someone's yard and just be sitting there, and there's literally nothing they could do about it legally.
Yeah, exactly.
So, because they don't own the airspace, right? They only own the land. So
exactly, two different things.
But you never got a drone shot at?
No, that's all. I mean, I've seen plenty of that happen, but I mean on TV and stuff. But
yeah,
we've had a couple in the community, and mostly the DJI community, though not really in the FPV as much. I don't know if they could catch us with a. Be too nimble.
Yeah, you have to be pretty good.
MFR FPV, welcome in. Night Train's also here. I didn't see you come in. I read your comments.
The Night Train.
He has got me inspired to do all these live streams
Cool.
many years ago. I used to be a guest on his. Okay, Bartman's in here too. Welcome in, buddy.
Woohoo!
UC FPV.
Man, it's dark as crap right here. I don't know what they were doing.
Yeah.
The little y'all spin of death.
Yeah, I can't see anything. I just see the sky.
What matters is they know they can see stuff. I hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's the one thing about night flying too, is you take off the goggles and you're like, whoa, how the heck did I even see?
Yeah. It is deceiving for sure. You take it out, it's like pitch black out, and you're like, oh crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I fly DJI, so no night flying for me.
Now we have these like star.
Oh, does digital not adjust to it? Well, I'm assuming. I guess not.
DJI kind of sucks. Yeah, like the O3 is not good. Like when I'm flying at sunset, there's a lot of noise in the shadows. Cool. It's getting
fireworks going on in the background.
Oh, I want to do that.
I feel like with the DJI stuff, it's probably because you're trying to use a really high frame rate, especially too.
Sure.
Probably, yeah. I should
gotta
probably turn it
have
down
more
since I got
exposure
the
or something.
GoPro on there anyways. Yeah, I'm sure I can adjust it.
Kim Fuse.
So what kind of drama is going on in the community these days? I'm been so out of the loop right now. I know people are pissed off at Rotor Riot and selling.
Yeah, the military stuff. Yeah,
providing the. But I mean, I understand people's being mad about that, but I don't know. There's money there too, so it is what it is.
And they also weren't. We were discussing before. They aren't the first company in FPV or
absolutely not. Yeah. Lumineer and Get FPV's been doing it for a while.
Yeah. I'm sure DJI is doing it too.
DJI definitely is.
No one's going to admit that DJI did it, but of course.
Yeah. Oh, iFlight for sure. iFlight
technology will get in the hands of wherever. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of knew. When we were playing around with this stuff, is like there's no way the military is not playing around with this or going to use that. They're definitely going to use this to some capacity.
For sure.
Well, we have pilots who actually are in the military that fly drones like on a side base, right? Like obviously they're going to implement that into their military programs.
Yeah.
Just
they'll literally have like a drones division of the military, kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Totally. Like even though we haven't really seen it yet, you can guarantee that all the major militaries have a FPV drone division, like you see in Ukraine, with these like kamikaze drones with grenades attached to them.
Here's another old
that the government's already doing it.
This is your oldies.
Oh, this is a old Skeeter video right here. Yeah, this is
Skeeter.
This is a office park. Right, not too far away from me. I used to fly at this place that was an abandoned trailer park, and a lot of my early day videos was from there because that was the only place I knew that I could escape soft bodies and not have to worry about the public.
Right.
And I flew there all the time, and this was the kind of the follow-up spot that I found. This place is always vacant on the weekend, and I just loved flying here.
Yeah, this is definitely a popular spot in Ciotti's videos and a couple other Atlanta homies.
Oh, is it? Okay. I'm glad it spread. It kind of seems like a spread.
I dropped the link. I dropped the link for Skitzo's channel in the chat there, so everybody go subscribe. Make him give us more videos.
I can't believe that he is the person's name not sure.
Yeah.
I can't believe he remembers this movie or this video. I made a video called Frankenquad, and it was all 4 different ESCs and 4 different motors.
I remember
with 4 different props on it. I wanted to see could the flight controller compensate, and it was able to.
Wow.
And I even did something drastic. I had a 4-inch prop, with a high KV motor, and then
Wow,
it was funny.
Still works.
I'm also not sure if I put it in the playlist or not, so we'll have to see. I think it's in the playlist.
That's all. Yeah, it's all good either way.
What's your name? I'm not sure.
What's your name? I'm not sure. No, what's your name? I'm not sure.
I must admit, it's crazy what the flight software can put up with. Last week,
wild.
I had a good crash. And I flew home with 1 blade left on 1 prop and 2 other blades had 1 prop missing.
Whoa.
So I was missing 3.
It probably wasn't happy though.
4 blades. Oh, it was
It
not.
sounded like shit.
It sounded. I thought I was killing my battery. I thought
like
the battery had shifted, and I was like chopping into the battery. It was like farting.
This is a cool spot, man. This is what I loved back in the day, where you could just find a group of trees and just like have a good time.
Oh, that reverse.
Yeah.
Screw you with that reverse Matty flip thingy there.
You can do it. Go do it.
it.
It's a perfect ground to do it on.
Oh, I like that.
I always
double
panic.
That was dope.
I always panic diving backwards.
It is not natural. Your brain definitely is like, this is not normal.
Right.
Yeah, I just got to break that.
You have to like feel it and almost know the timing of that's what the main thing is.
You just got to put yourself in the drone and just kind of think you're just spinning like you're a dance moving.
Yeah, it's a lot of feeling.
Be the drone.
You're just standing in the air, bro.
It's funny, actually. My first quad was Alien.
Okay. Is Alien still around?
So they got Apexes now. Impulse RC's got Apexes. It's like the next sort of iteration. But then they have the.
Well, I meant is Impulse RC still around as well?
Yeah, totally. Okay. Yeah,
for sure.
Because I know Steel had an Apex frame, so that's why I knew that name. Yeah,
totally.
He's still listening to
They're pricey frames.
Yeah, they've always been pricey. Like everyone bitched about the Alien back in the day because it was too expensive, but it was built like a tank. So like, you get what you pay for. Sometimes
part of it is Steel's name, and part of it is that they come from Australia.
Well, that probably doesn't help it either, for sure. Yeah. And I remember people like, you know, we all flew Aliens and stuff, and there'd be like the kids bragging about, oh, I got the rip-off Alien, and it was like, you know, $40, and then they'd snap an arm like, immediately.
Yeah, they break it immediately.
They snap an arm immediately. We're like, all right, well, we're gonna keep flying, have fun, you know, like.
Yeah, nice.
Fuck yeah, Skids, keep ripping, buddy. Really good flow. We got a bunch of awesome videos lined up here from some amazing.
Yeah, dude, this is cool. I haven't seen, I haven't watched much FPV other than, you know, just kind of dabbling around my buddy stuff. This is wild. This guy's out of control.
Crazy.
Is this like editing or is this real? Okay.
No, that's real. This is fucking.
I thought that was real, like fake for a minute.
Right.
Did you jump in the playlist?
Nope.
It's kind of like that forward flip, back flip TikTok thing was like wild.
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
Okay.
Going over the fence, going under the fence, go over the fence, go under the fence.
But this is what I'm saying. Some of these kids are so wild, man. This is like way outside of my skill level. I mean,
yeah,
this is more S-Bang style or whatever, Sabang style.
Yeah. It's not.
This reminds me of a guy named Blackbird FPV as well. Do you know him?
Oh,
he's like, he's like Swedish or something. I don't know, but he flies really TikTok aggressive, kind of like this. And I know it's an acquired. I personally think I am envious of the amount of skill that this takes, but at the same time, it is unappealing sometimes because there's so much violent shifting.
Yeah, is there like a certain way?
But this is why. I mean, look at this.
Like
look at that. What?
Under the fence a couple times.
Yeah, and this has got to be maybe what, a foot wide. Those planks. I mean.
Juicy band doesn't exist, no doubt.
Yeah,
I like more flow.
Yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say is I appreciate the skill that this takes for sure.
Me too.
But in terms of overall flight style, yeah, it's just too much changing for me. You don't get the chance to like admire the environment and things.
Totally.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
If he did a little bit of this and then did some smooth stuff in between, then that's different.
Yeah. I like to see it too because it gives you kind of ideas for lines and shit you can do at your own pace. But I would never try to be like this.
This is a pilot who's wild on the sticks and knows.
This guy's a thumb pilot for sure. I would put money on it.
Yeah. Knows his area very well. Like he's probably a
video game kid.
Very cool though. I mean this is wild. Look at that.
That's hard to do.
Like what?
Props for skill.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on though. Is there like a crap load of motion blur or something? Like or is that just the internet?
I think it's the motion blur.
Okay, I'm not a fan of that either.
Yeah.
I don't mind motion blur, but it seems like a lot.
Yeah,
yeah, it's kind of like almost like makes it like dreamy in a way.
Yeah. That's why I thought it was like CG at first, because I think the amount of
Mm.
motion blur there was and stuff. I was like, what do they
Yeah,
call
and
that?
the fast movements-
Pirouetting? What do they call that? Like upside down orbit? I don't even know. I've seen people do this in the back in the day too.
It's like
Oh,
trippy
that's a
spins.
trippy spin.
They call them trippy spins.
Wasn't like Maddie Stunts like one of the first guys to do that? I think.
right.
Probably. Yeah, because they
He's
a lot
the
of
first to do
backwards
that.
or upside down type stuff.
Oh no, now you're going to my footage. You're going to my old footage too, so I'm gonna look like a bum compared to this guy you just showed. But that's okay. All my footage is old now.
Getting rid of the motion blur.
Yeah, there's no magic here. No hyper smoothing, no nothing.
No, they're just
This
you and
is
the
old,
sticks.
man.
Fuck yeah.
That's what I mean, man. It's hella smooth. You don't always need stabilization, but for certain types of flying, it does help.
Says you. Says you.
I was about to explode right there.
Yeah, almost landed and got away with it.
No, I'll still experiment with no stabilization, man. Just not like all the time.
Yeah, there's
But I
nothing.
started off with
There's nothing wrong with. I mean, if I got back into the hobby again, I probably would use it some. I mean, it's better. It's more appealing to the eye.
yeah.
Um,
It depends what you're doing. If you're doing like
Makes me look
hardcore
more professional.
Oh my god, this is old. This is Kiss, by the way. This is me flying Kiss.
Nice.
You know why I remember is because I crashed inside of this gazebo. That's not a gazebo, but whatever. This
gazebo,
thing.
yeah.
I crashed in there, and my ESC just blew up and just caught on fire.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
there's
Probably one of those benches was burn marks.
Was it like
on
the
still.
singles, like the single ESCs?
Yeah, they were on the arms. Yep. This is the. I want to say this is so they came out with 18 amp first, and then they came out with a 30 amp version, and this is on 30, like right when they came out.
That's crazy too, because nowadays you're talking about 18 amp ESCs, right? When we're running like 50, 55s today. Like
that's what's funny is like people complained about the 18 amp like catching on fire all the time, but dude, we were cranking so many, like way more than 18 through those things.
Yeah, exactly.
So
they're under specs or whatever, just to be on the safe side, maybe with the things. I don't know, because I only fly like on my 4S quad.
There's me
like
trying to be like a flippy dippy guy.
I like 24 amps and 25 amp ESCs, and
yeah,
I don't need crazy high amps like 4S builds.
You don't need.
This is the trailer park, by the way. This is the abandoned trailer park that was near Steele's work, and we would go out here and fly after work all the time.
Yeah, it does look familiar. I think
I flew here all the time. Like this is kind of like this is my training ground. This is where I learned how to fly. This is how the first place I ever tried to fly rate mode was here.
Oh man, we should put up a plaque.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, this place is gone now. Unfortunately, it's like a hotel or something.
Okay. I was gonna say I thought I saw somebody flying here recently. I thought somebody. No, okay, never mind.
There is a section of it that's still alive, but like just I would say like a sixth of the the field is still alive.
And Shelby Voles in the house. Good to see you.
Okay, here we go.
The obligatory 3 trees they have to leave behind when they build some new hotel.
It's the Lowe's that closed down.
Wow, that's cool.
Looks like.
I'd be running some high sensitivity, dude.
What's this? Fiore FPV.
Whoa.
Nice one. Oh, like that.
I like that.
Ooh.
This is what I'm saying. I can't come back now. These kids are way better.
I can't.
I'm just done.
Don't worry about these. Don't worry about these S-Bang guys. Don't worry about the S-Bang guys.
It's still. I mean, I'm very envious of the ability.
Yeah.
Like the spatial awareness is like on a different level. Or not even
to ignore them.
Awareness, but yeah, if you watch these kind of kids and you like makes you feel bad about yourself, you're like, oh.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But yeah, they're a pretty small like minority though. I think.
I know.
S-Bang is.
I remember when I showed this. I actually did an experiment with my ex at the time where she wasn't into drones at all, and I had her and her friends. Again, this is just girls that have know nothing about drones, and I showed them like my flying and then this kind of stuff, and they all chose mine.
Nice.
Not trying to brag, but I'm just saying. No. I think the general masses kind of like to have some kind of reference.
So what you're saying is, Ladies
This is
like
so
a four-year
wild,
style.
dude. This guy's
Ladies.
nuts, dude.
This is really crazy.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying I appreciate
Cool.
this. I don't want people to think I'm like dissing this at all. This is insane.
No,
Yeah.
That is a different level for sure.
What is it? Is it like high rates, high camera angle? It's not even high camera
It's
angle.
got to be at least
Yeah,
I would
it
think
is,
30,
it is.
35
It's all
degree
those things.
angle.
Yeah, because
It
they're
is.
going. But also the ultra wide angle also can make it look fast too.
Whoa,
Yeah.
what is?
Whoa,
I hope we can dive through that. Oh, we can.
Oh,
Is
that
there
water
water
window?
underneath? That's scary.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
oh
also
no
stairs
way!
there to block them, so you could hit the stairs first. If you
Never
go-
disarm.
Raw. That's ballsy.
This is a commit every single time. There's
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a 6 spot.
And never disarm. Never disarm.
yeah,
if
don't
you hit that
accidentally hit
thing.
the disarm switch for sure.
Try to
You're-
save it.
That's
Try to
fine.
save
You are
it.
breaking
Fun
shit
spot,
at this
though.
spot for sure.
Yeah.
That is such a fun spot though.
That is
Damn.
really cool. I agree.
Yeah.
It's like a sim map
I'm gonna-
basically.
I want to build one of those in my yard.
Can people walk on this?
Whoa! Was there people sitting?
Was
It
there
looks
a
like it.
person up there?
Yep.
I think there
I wonder if
was,
that's
dude.
him or she,
Oh.
he or she. Possible.
True.
Oh, I think
That
it's a
would be-
satellite
that'd be
dish.
cool.
I don't understand what it is.
That would be the best spot to do
I
it
don't
from.
either. It's like a bridge, but not. I mean, I
It's like a
don't.
viewpoint or
bridge.
something. Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe it's a
to
bridge for
nowhere.
bikes or something. Oh yeah, it literally goes nowhere. I didn't see that. I wouldn't
Yeah,
pay
It's
it's
just
attention.
like an art installment or something. Like it used to be a train or something maybe, and then I
Who
don't know.
knows?
Maybe you can
Maybe they-
dive off.
Making up
I know.
bullshit.
Maybe they practice diving or like fishing or something. I don't know.
Well, look at that little
Random
fountain.
waterfall
That's
in the
pretty
middle
cool.
of. Or
It's
fountain.
actually.
It
a
says
tap.
he's at the Science Park of Technorama Winterher. I don't know
Oh,
what that is.
interesting. It's cool that they let you fly here.
Yeah, no shit. Oh,
Oh,
Here's a
Matty.
Matty
There
flip.
you go. Yes.
Okay.
Send
Yeah.
it.
Or you get away with it
Yeah.
at least. Rip and dip.
I like it. This is a
Yeah,
cool
this
spot.
is
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, you can fly around that.
If we had
device
something
thing
like
all
this
day.
here, you'd explode it with security guards. There would be no
Oh,
like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
that's
you
why
need
I
like the
find a
small
lot of people been flying micros instead of 5-inch. Like the whole hobby has gone to like not whole hobby, but I say a lot of people in the hobby have gone from 5-inch to like 3.5-inch lately.
Yeah.
And
Micros
the
and stuff.
sound, the affordability, the size.
Is this to deal with it? I know that there's like regulations and stuff happening, at least in the States.
It
on,
does, yeah. 250 grams. and stuff.
Yeah, so that's probably another reason people are trying to shift to smaller rigs, I guess.
Yeah, but everybody
Absolutely,
calls everything 250 grams in the hobby now. Everyone's like, "Oh, this is my 5-inch. It's 250 grams."
It's
Like,
like-
isn't that a 6S battery?
Yeah, sure it is. The battery alone is
Yeah.
250.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just always carry a small drone
Always-
with you when you're flying. You'd be like, "This is the drone I was flying. I swear."
Yeah, just do the switcheroo
Yeah,
and they're not looking.
sir, that drone is still flying in the air right now. No, it's not.
Yeah, just crash in the bushes, pull out another one.
Hands up. in
So
the
what
air.
made you reach out to me, by the way, in terms of doing this podcast?
Like I said in the beginning too, like a lot of your videos actually inspired me and stuff. Like,
Okay.
I haven't
So
watched all of
you
your
actually
videos.
watched my videos like back in the
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of
You,
them.
Johnny, Steele, oh my God, when he was doing stuff,
Uh-huh.
and Zoe.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
really know Shelby Vole back then in his videos. I just started watching Shelby Vole recently when he started the drone hangar and stuff. But I know he's been around the scene a long time as well. So I kind of look back.
I
on
actually
some of
don't know
his-
that name, to be fair.
You don't remember Shelby Vole? His epic wing pilot. We've got a video of his on the playlist. He was asking you if you remember P. Shaw.
Pshaw.
Patrick Shaw, of course I
Pshaw.
did. Yeah, man.
Pshaw.
Well, if you show he's on the background image that I gave you. Actually, it's kind of funny if you want to, the video or the photo I showed you of us hanging from the moon or whatever. P. Shaw's on that.
Oh, really? I
Nice.
actually, it's funny that you said that because I photoshopped it and used it for the thumbnail, but I used AI to Photoshop it. So I actually replaced those people.
Oh, that's
I
fine.
didn't realize
Yeah.
it. I have the original
Yeah.
one here.
No,
Hang on, let me find it.
Whatever. Yeah.
I have the original one here somewhere. Hang on.
Hey, who's that guy?
So
This was back when vlogging was cool. We wanted to.
Vlogging is still very cool now. It came back.
Did it? Okay.
I mean, it is for
Only
the
if you do it well.
algorithm, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think the biggest challenge was YouTube didn't favor videos that were under like 3 minutes long or something, and most freestyle flights are what, like 2 to 4 minutes or something.
Yeah.
So it was kind of tough to just upload a freestyle flight video and hope to get a lot of traction and have it seen by the algorithm. So I started going to these vlogs so we could actually make like a 10-minute video or plus.
Right. Fuck yeah.
We missed Sharpoo.
I actually did say Bam Margera.
I was actually going to bring up Sharpoo.
We talked about Bam Margera earlier.
I did talk about Bam Margera.
Sharpoo is the literal OG goat for sure.
There's that something now.
Is he not there? Okay, he's not in. Okay, I feel sorry, but okay. So P. Shaw was here this day, but he is not in that image, unfortunately. Yeah.
And we got that one for the thumbnail.
Yeah, I think Kevin took that photo.
Photographer extraordinaire.
Probably one of my last nights out flying. Actually, was that one.
I see you got some cool pinball games back there behind you. Is that one of your new things?
I have too many hobbies.
Pinball games?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, what are you up to these days, man?
Oh man,
what's got you interested?
So, yeah, when COVID hit, I wanted to like make an arcade, like a classic like arcade, with neon lights and all this stuff. And so I had all these arcade machines, and so I was like, well, every arcade needs a pinball machine. So I was like, let me go get a pinball machine. And so I bought some kind of pinball machine, and then I realized that it like took skill to play a pinball machine. You can't just I always thought that you just step up to it and like smack the ball around and hope for the best. Which it is a little bit that, but there is a skill element. And so then I just got cracked out on it, dude. I started collecting them. Now I restore them. So I got I do like woodworking, where I restore the cabinets and.
That's amazing.
And this one behind me is actually going to a show. This is actually a 1981 Bally Electra, and I wrote my own code for it. So I overwrote the code that was originally on it, and put my own on it with my with music and all this kind of stuff. So.
That's awesome.
Totally down
it's all Arduino board. So I have an Arduino board running the code. I have another Arduino board doing music and sound, and another Arduino board doing light shows like that. Fire off all that. Do the
I literally just started getting into Arduino. I've been trying to play with it in the last couple of years because there's
a lot you can do with them. Yeah,
I do a lot of 3D printing, and I do, because I'm up here in Hollywood North, I do some of the droid builds for the BC Droid Builders Club for Star Wars stuff. So I've been 3D printing droids and trying to get Arduinos to work in them and stuff, and do all those kind of cool things with them and shit.
I don't even remember this video. I'm sorry. I'm listening. Yeah. That's really cool. So how much have you done?
I haven't done any electronics yet. I'm still trying to learn the Arduino coding and wiring and all that stuff. I mean, it's fairly close to FPV knowledge stuff, but I mean, a little bit of different codes, that's for sure. And understanding libraries and stuff, but
yeah, my entire background is software. So I was in the video game industry for years.
You know what you're doing.
That's awesome.
I'm about to go down the Arduino rabbit hole. I think I'm building an R2D2. So
good.
I think I'm gonna have to learn some.
Yeah, you want to show off your helmet you just finished working on, Denzel? That fucking thing looks amazing.
Wait, what helmet?
Raspberry Pis are similar things, are they not?
Also been 3D printing. Raspberry Pis are kind of Arduino.
Yeah. This guy?
They're not Arduino, but I guess you could think of them like electronics wise. They're kind of similar, but
oh shit!
I can't put it on over my earphones.
I have it all messed up.
There's my
How many days did it take to do that?
That's wild.
That looks
from start to finish. It was months, but printing, I don't know, it was like 4 days of printing. And then I sanded it and primed it.
So is that like Princess Leia helmet, or what is that? I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I know. I'm nerdy too. Come on now. I know this. I know exactly what it is.
I know I'm working on R2, a mini R2.
Very cool.
Oh yeah, dude.
My buddy is working on a whatever, like a full size R2D2 that's all 3D printed, and he's got like Arduino boards like powering the arms and all this stuff, and
wow,
he's like really into it. I think he's like said he's got 3,000 hours into it now or something silly.
I've been considering it, and this mini R2 is sort of see if I want to go full whole hog.
Wait, did you see that? That was those were glass. That was a giant bag of glass nylon props. Yeah. I was gonna need them. I knew it. There it is. There they are, baby. This is the original 82 glass nylon. Yeah.
Wow, a whole bag of them.
And they did that in my color. I wanted that like kind of turquoise.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's cool. Matches the logo color basically.
And so this is a fun story. So this office park right here. Do you guys remember the F3 Expo? Like that was kind of like one of the things that kind of made me popular was. And so the F3 Expo is actually ran. This is where the company that actually put that whole organization together.
Wow.
This is their office building. So we went there for a meeting. We walked out and we're like, we're gonna fly this shit. And so. Yeah. Anyway, random fact. This is where the F3 Expo company.
Dude,
that's like their headquarters area.
Yeah, exactly.
That's almost like Earth.
I don't think they're there anymore, but yeah, at the time they were there. Yeah.
It's a perfect freestyle spot.
Oh man, it's such a cool spot. I would love to go back there now with the tech we have now. It'd be so cool. I mean, it was like the breakup was really bad on right here.
Yeah.
All the trees, all the water.
Now you could fly around the outside of the building while standing on the inside.
I know,
the DJI.
right? Yeah, that was unheard of back then.
Yeah.
You can land in an elevator. You can literally fly into an elevator, close the elevator, go up a bunch of levels, come out the elevator, do a whole tour around the whole building. It's insane.
But when it goes, right?
Yeah.
Smack.
Yeah. Oh, battery.
So we had a action pod there. So so is there anything going on in the hobby right now, like that I need to be aware of?
Nothing super exciting. It's a good question.
I guess so. Well, did you hear about the BL Heli 32 thing?
I did hear about that they were like, I guess upset about it being used in warfare, and I know that don't they have pretty serious sanctions and stuff over there, so they were probably worried about that.
I think
too.
so, yeah.
I don't know a whole lot about it, but I guess it's like not a thing anymore. You can't flash your shit. But then we have KISS and Fat Tech kind of separating.
Yeah,
I don't know what I call it separate. The KISS guys separated and kind of did their own thing, right?
Yeah, it's been a long time. It's been a while.
It did happen a while. I think it actually happened like when I stopped flying, so it's been a minute.
Totally. Yeah, it's been years, I bet.
There's the age-old argument of which digital is better, whether it's HD0 or Walk Snail or DJI. Everybody's sort of in camps there.
Yeah.
Friendly camps. But...
breaks it up though.
My first motors were
nobody hates anybody.
My first motors were Lumineer 2350 KVs.
Hell yeah!
Like the super OG Lumineer motors.
This is so old, dude.
QAV 250.
Yeah, dude. Go. Get out of here. This is mind-blowing speeds at this point.
Yeah.
Did you ever try 3D?
This is the trailer park.
Did you ever attempt to try
same spot.
3D? Like 3D maneuvers?
Have I tried 3D? I have tried 3D before, but it was on like this is back like I'm sure it's way better now. I remember Preston from Flight One he came to visit me and he's like, hey, it's kind of a funny story actually. He's like, hey dude, like check, we got Flight One working on 3D now, and we want you to fly our 3D quad.
Right.
And it When it worked, it was kind of cool, but it was so jank. It was so bad that like it would desync whenever you got to like min throttle, right? Like whenever it needed to switch direction, it would like desync and just just twitch and fall out of the sky. And so I got a little bit of like experience with it, but and it was neat, but I never actually did go down that avenue.
Nomad said I did 3D once by accident after putting a pair of props on the wrong motors.
Sure, I guess we could call that 3D.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
I actually just started trying 3D this year, and I'm attempting to send 7-inch 3D long range in the future. I'm hoping to get a little bit more stick time in it, but
3D long range.
Just recently, it's been shit.
7-inch.
Nice weather here, so
7-inch long range. That's
I want to go up the mountains, upside down, backwards, and forwards, up waterfalls and down waterfalls and shit. I got a really cool.
What is happening right now? Is this a 360 cam or something?
This is Mr. Shelby Vole flying a wing.
Wing.
So this is not a drone. This is a spec wing.
Okay, because I was just wondering by like the acro stuff. I was like, I don't understand this. This is not physics.
This is not how a drone flies.
This is made up physics.
This is definitely made up flying too, because this is Shelby Vole. This is insanity. I don't even know how you can do this.
It makes your brain go, "What is happening?"
Yeah, I couldn't imagine flying like that. You have to take some time to get used to.
Yeah,
but flying 3D, going back to it's very trippy, and it's like your mind is constantly fucked when you're doing it.
That's why I don't think I'd be good at it.
Yeah, just add another axis there that you can mess up.
Right.
My brain just doesn't fire on that frequency. I don't think I'm not that fast.
Just like anything, right? Unless you're a natural at something, everyone's kind of starts out and they're just kind of blah at it, and the more you do it, the better you get at it. So I mean, it's just if you really want it, though, do you really want to learn 3D?
Right. Yeah. I think what got me more into she was here in the beginning. I think what got me more into trying.
Yeah, she's like the pioneer with that.
Yeah, what got me into trying 3D was actually flying a wing the first time, because you can get inverted with a wing that's very similar to the act of like 3D. It's like the way that you're maneuvering that throttle stick up and down to keep it like centered, or like to keep it up or down depending on which axes you're upside down in and whatever. But so it kind of like gave me that kind of a little bit of like inspiration, a little bit of like thinking that maybe I could do it. So I was like, all right, well, maybe I'll just try 3D. And then I tried. I was like, this ain't too bad. Like on a simulator, it's a lot easier, obviously. But I mean, I've been attempting it on a couple drones, and it's been pretty okay.
This is illegal.
A lot of good.
No, it's not. It's actually
this is actually illegal. This is very illegal. It's one of our buddies in the thing. He's going to drop a drone off of the plane, I believe, in this video.
The chopper almost looks like a render.
As long as you have permission.
I know. I was making. I would assume he had permission to do this.
And you're working with a
drone and shit in there. Or
you're working with the actual pilot. You can fly formation with real aircraft.
This is badass.
Cool.
Yeah.
Where is this?
It's
a glider. He's using a glider.
Is this not Antec Daxi?
I'll tell you in a second. Plains TV.
Plains TV?
Yeah.
Okay.
Different channel.
I will share the link.
I swear I've seen this video.
Oh, here's the thing for you. A little brag here. Back when I was a teenager, like 30 years ago now. But if you ever get a chance to go in a glider, if you ever get a chance to go in a glider, fucking take it. I got to go in a glider. I was in Air Cadets back in the day, and I won the chance with my. Anyways, I got to go for like an hour with this guy who was this amazing pilot, and it was the coolest fucking thing ever. Riding in one of those things, going for a flight in a glider.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! All you hear is the wind. And you're just motor, like you're a bird up there, man. It's It's
like
amazing.
being in my Tesla.
If you get the chance, take it. Yeah,
I'm joking.
take the chance. Do it.
I don't know. I think
Is he still tethered?
they sketched me out.
He's
Well,
still being pulled
yeah.
by it.
That's kind of this. Yeah.
It's like, would you like to go in an airplane with no motor?
But this one's
feels
still being
dangerous
pulled
doing
by it. Like,
rolls.
You could just like, dude. I mean, if you're not in control, yeah, something could happen. Like,
I guess the helicopter just overpowers it like crazy. So
Yeah.
that's pretty neat. I thought the thing would.
the
Yeah,
glider
that
is
glider
even
probably
cooler.
weighs nothing in comparison to that
They
helicopter.
usually do detach. Yeah, when I did it, it was a plane. It wasn't a helicopter.
Hey!
Up there.
So we made it. We were just talking about 3D and how Skitzo is better at 3D than you are. Just kidding.
That is definitely not what was said.
He's calling you out.
Those are false allegations for sure. They were asking me if I've ever tried 3D, and it was an interesting experience for me. Let's just say that.
Hey, that guy Grant's here too.
I'm sure it's come a long way. Oh yeah, here we go.
This is something newer.
Yeah, this is the. Yeah, you guys making me look terrible playing my super old stuff, and then you put all these like hot boy stuff on here where they're like ripping around.
Hot boy.
I don't know.
No,
What do you call it again?
Kids.
Stick bang? What do you guys call it? E-bang?
S-bang, yeah.
S-bang. What does the S mean? Stick
I
bang?
have no idea.
Stick bang, probably.
Yeah, who knows? Works for me, sure.
Yeah.
You're
Style
just banging
bang.
the sticks around.
Right, probably.
Banging
Probably
them
is
sticks
stick bang.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is probably one of my like last flights with the boys. Ish.
Fuck yeah.
This is a pretty like
Cool little
iconic spot, isn't
Yeah,
it?
this spot is actually used to be the State Farm building.
Yeah.
And
Is it abandoned?
yeah, so this
Oh,
used to be owned by State Farm or something, and then they started using it for filming at like for movies and shows and stuff. So they were filming something here for a while. I don't know what the hell it was, but I'm just saying. So it's owned by somebody, but it's mainly used for like, you know, some kind of office park for film.
Yeah.
I think I remember seeing this office park in a movie.
It was. I think I
Called-
remember this too. Now that you brought it up, I think someone pointed it out. They're like, "Dude, look at this," and I was like, "Oh my god, it is that."
Yeah.
Was it like
Well, if it was in Atlanta, it's probably Walking Dead or something, right?
I don't think it was Walking Dead, but it was a popular show, and I don't know what it is though.
Yeah.
Now that
I know what it is. You want to know what it is? It was called Debbie Does Dallas.
that was definitely not it.
Isn't that your mom's
Old
movie?
reference?
Yeah.
An old reference? Anybody else?
Your mom's
Yeah,
name's
anybody
Debbie.
Yeah. Debbie off axis.
Stranger Things. There we go. Will Brown. What's up? Get FPV.
I feel like that last spot though was like a Sunday
Jason
spot,
Burgers
right?
is
When
back.
like no one's gonna be
Yeah.
there, kind of thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
most
A-Nub's in
people-
here.
Yeah,
Zachary
A-Nub's
here.
is saying he's better
He's
than
talking. Yeah, he's talking smack. I hear him.
Yeah, that stairwell. That stairwell is crazy.
Oh yeah.
I hate to
Uh-oh.
say it again.
No, that was the
Deep throat.
I want to fly with Skitzo again, but less hungover and more time to rip. LOL. Nearly missed my flight out. Worth it though. Zoe says. Awesome.
Yeah, Zoe
Hungover
came to
rips.
visit, and it was super cool because I've seen her on YouTube and stuff, but I've never actually been around her. And she like popped up last second, was like, "Hey, I'm in town. Come come hang out." And I got to see her for like 3 seconds, and then she had to leave. I think it was literally like I think we flew like 2 or 3 packs, and she had to like jump on a an Uber and head out or whatever. So
Damn.
super cool though. I would love to. I need to learn 3D. Maybe that's my re-entry. Maybe I'll just come back and fly 3D.
There's a guy here named Lucy that flies 3D and only 3D because when he got into the simulator and stuff, he's had it set up by like 3D, I guess, by accident or something, and he just learned how to fly
that way.
and just learned.
Yeah.
And he's never even learned how to do regular mode. I was like, what?
That's hilarious.
Just like, yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean I'm doing it the hard way?
Style of flying. Yeah, it was like some kind of weird.
That's
So I
hilarious.
have some 3D experience because I flew collective pitch helis, like 3D helis.
Okay. Yeah.
And so
got a head start there.
Yeah, but that's still way different though. When you're like flying FPV 3D, like it fucks with me more than line of sight.
Yeah.
Because at least like when you're doing like tricks and stuff, you can see the tail of the helicopter and you can kind of like use that as a reference.
Yeah,
true.
Nomad Ariel says he misses Baltimore. Oh, I didn't know you've been to Baltimore.
The streets of Baltimore.
Wait, what reminded him of Baltimore?
I have no idea.
Oh,
Will Brown
maybe
just
there
says,
was a video from it or something.
Will Brown just says, "Come fly Baltimore, Skitzo," and then Nomad said, "I miss Baltimore."
Oh yeah. I don't want to get shot though. I'm just joking. That would be cool though.
If you do Baltimore, you got to do the Wire theme song from The Wire.
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
Long time listener, first time caller. Awesome. Well, good to have you.
That's basically my knowledge of Baltimore is from The Wire, which is probably not a good.
I've just heard horror stories.
There you go. You're safe with Cricket and Will Brown. Overall.
Hell yeah.
I mean, most people
Cricket's invited me out a few times, and I'm like, there's some cool ass abandoned spots out there.
Yeah.
The Wire's close enough.
You've seen what he's been doing with his company and stuff.
Yeah, I've seen some Instagram stores. I think he owns like a sneaker shop now or something. He's doing, if that's what you're referring to.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It seems like he's doing really well.
He's another pilot that I'm trying to get on here, but haven't tried hard and really hard to get him on. I've just messaged him once or twice.
Yeah.
Because I know he's a busy dude.
Is he making shoes or just selling them?
No, I don't know. Actually, I can't speak for him, but I know he's selling them for sure. But he's got like a legit storefront like on the corner, like in the city. And it's called like Element something or something. I might be butchering it, but it looks really cool. And props to him. It's super cool coming back on and seeing like everyone successful, that I like hung out with and stuff. So
for sure.
That's
really cool. And it's kind of cool to be able to have like the backlog of videos to like for the history you can like look back on every now and again too. Like that's one thing I really like about the hobby is that when you post something, like it's there.
Elevate.
And when you watch it back,
that's what it was. I know it's like Element, Elevate, something like that. It was a cool name. Yeah.
Ooh, new skate park.
Yeah.
I think I know what you're talking about though, because I do that sometimes where I'll go back into my backlog of like and just like reminisce of the good times with the boys kind of thing, and the wild west of FPV, and like it was like a new frontier,
Yeah.
But
very cool.
I also go back and look and cringe. I'm like, how did people think this was good?
Yeah.
Oh man, one of the old drones I used to have was Emax Nighthawk, and it was one of those drones that had like the built-in bottom plate was a PCB board, like the whole bottom plate. It's like, what the frick? Why would we ever
did you fly any of those with the frame was the PCB?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, the Nighthawk. And
I only know about that because I had a buddy that had one, and I thought it was the dumbest thing ever when he showed me that. I was like, why would they make that the bottom plate? That's
one hit or one bad hit.
Super convenient to solder to, though.
It was cool because the battery went inside the drone. It was like a DJI. It was like the battery got inserted inside the drone.
Do you remember, Kyle? What was that?
You said inserted.
It did. I said
Giggity.
What was Immersion RC's frame that they had? Do you remember that thing? It also, I think, went inside. Am I making
Immersion RC frame? I don't remember that. Immersion.
Was it called the Vortex?
Oh, Immersion.
You got me there.
Okay, you guys aren't old enough, man.
No, I don't remember Immersion RC frame.
Yeah, look up Immersion RC Vortex.
That's crazy. I didn't even know that.
250 says Kit.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, that's.
Oh, I see it. Oh, cool.
Yeah, they came out. They had their own frame back then.
Yeah, that's.
I still have some Tramp HVs from Immersion.
Tramp, yeah, I remember the Tramp.
Yeah.
Here we go. We're back in the skate park. Some of the oldest footage possible that you can find. I like it. This is probably Simon K.
Wow.
This
So
actually
each-
is, I think, Simon K. and Clean
Each
Fly.
guest, I always pick 2 of your newest videos, 2 of your oldest.
I
and
don't
2
care.
of your,
I really don't
most
care. I'm
popular
joking.
videos.
Yeah.
No, it's all good.
Yeah.
Man, the first time that I was on the show,
I actually like it
my old
because
shit.
you've played some stuff that I don't even remember. I'm like, I remember the spot,
That's
but I didn't
awesome.
know I made a video.
Throwbacks.
Yeah, it is really cool to see.
But yeah, the trailer park here was like, yeah, it was big deal for me.
Nice.
For sure. Yeah, it's definitely a cool spot.
Spent hours out there by myself learning how to tune a quad and getting frustrated.
There's no actual
too.
trailers though, just the pads.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
an
I see.
abandoned. Yeah, you can see kind of like where the
Right
lots
there.
were. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
I was
Fuck
looking for
yeah.
trailers. I was like, power lift the trailer.
yeah, we just.
Mhm.
I didn't even know. Steele's the one that told me that it was a trailer park at one point. I didn't even know that, and so we just called it the trailer
Go
park
through.
at that point. Look at
Go
that.
through the wheel.
Do
Let's
it.
go. Oh, just
You
dive
dive
in.
it first, and then do the turnaround, and then
I've seen one person
How is
go
there
through
no
a Ferris
people?
wheel. All the Ferris wheel shoots I've ever seen, nobody ever goes
There you
through
go.
the Ferris wheel.
Is this
There
like
you go.
He's
Christmas
gonna-
morning
there
or
you go.
something? How is there nobody here?
That was the second one ever.
there are some special mornings and times throughout the year where you
Yeah,
get
it
some
looks like it's
cool
closed.
opportunities.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
we would
6
go.
a.m.
Yeah, you'd have to go like, yeah, I remember to go crazy hours to do this stuff.
Mhm.
Some kind of holidays.
That
and
is
shit.
sketchy as hell to dive through that though.
Whoa.
There's a
Yeah.
lot of beams.
Yeah, it would be.
Do it.
You'd have to be Bubby to
It
fly
sounds
that.
like a, what do they call that? The little pachinko board or what's it called? You know, where like it
Yeah,
like falls
Plinko.
out.
Plinko.
Plinko.
Plinko on the
Thank
Price
you.
is
I
Right,
know.
yeah.
I knew I was gonna butcher it. Anyway, that's what would happen with your quad going through that.
Pachinko. That's like
Yeah.
the Mexican version.
I know. That's racist. Yeah.
Well, there is a game called Pachinko, isn't there?
I think that's
There's
why I don't know.
Maybe.
There is a game called Pachinko. What's that game that
Oh.
the Asian people play where they put the coin in and it pushes it
Sudoku.
down?
Oh.
They've got those crazy
Well, you mean the little hand thing that
Sudoku.
grabs it, and you put a coin, and you get the thing that grabs it?
No,
Oh, that's funny.
you're talking about the
Fuck
claw.
The claw.
Yeah. I've never ever flown a closed park, and I've got one here.
I would love
That'd
to.
be pretty awesome to fly.
I put out the challenge to
There you go.
to Koala there. We should hook up one and go like 6 a.m. and go rip and dip Canada's Wonderland.
Oh, that'd be
It's
smart and sick.
That would be really fun, but I feel like it's a little close to the airport.
Who cares? You're flying a 5-inch. You're not flying a DJI drone.
Canada doesn't.
We'll keep it under 400 feet.
Yeah, I actually haven't even looked into the airspace, but I just feel like that area.
Yeah,
But I don't know.
Japan.
With
I
an
don't know.
FPV drone,
Come
you're
on,
gonna
man.
be so low to the ground, no one's even gonna know you're even there for 5 minutes. Rip and dip.
One
Yeah.
pack, rip and dip. I'll do it. I'll do it if you do it, buddy.
I don't know if I would do
I'm
it.
pretty
don't know.
surprised that I feel like people would frown upon flying around people like this, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah,
I mean,
depends on the
he's,
size of it.
he's being very safe with it, but like overall, it depends. Like America would probably bitch about this.
Oh yeah.
Well,
He's
nowadays
flying
you can
he's
get,
flying
you get
directly
little,
over people. Yeah,
Yeah.
you get little
Yeah.
tiny whoops now. You can get little plastic tiny whoops with.
it could be a tiny one. We don't know.
4K
I have
on it.
no idea what drone this is, but it looks like it
bouncing
might be a
around,
little
though.
heavier.
I think
He's
it's
having
little.
trouble landing.
think it's
Okay, yeah.
yeah.
He's at like a 45-degree tilt trying to land.
Yeah.
Oh, too late.
Just drop it.
Too late.
This is a Mini 4.
Yeah, that'd be scary. You're coming in for a landing, and there's like people just like jogging past you. You're like, shit. Like,
This is an abandoned airport. Okay, now he's
What?
flying an abandoned airport space. I don't know. That over there doesn't look abandoned.
it just looks
That-
like a road.
Hexy.
I mean, it's cool, but
Hexy's
it's
down.
it's cool, but it's not cool at the same time, right? Because it's just like, okay, here's a runway and
road.
some grass.
Yeah.
Oh,
But it does look
Oh.
cinematic. It's a beautiful.
is cinematic for sure.
Hexy. I don't have a car, so I need a getaway driver. That's what I need. That's why I was bugging Koala. So I need somebody to fly. I'll fly Canada's Wonderland if somebody wants to be my getaway driver.
Well, you have to actually get there too, as well. Like the getaway is.
Oh, I
one
can get
thing
there.
to get there.
Yeah.
All of these things sound questionable. Getaway cars, dude. Dude, what are we gonna getaway cars with, bro?
We're gonna come on. You get to dive the Canada's Wonderland mountain.
Yeah, hell yeah. Do you guys even
Canada's
know what
Wonderland is a
Wonderland
yeah,
mountain
it's a
looks
big
like?
park here in Ontario. Six Flags just bought
It
it.
would be so fun, dude. It would be the coolest thing in the world. But
That sounds
I
fun.
feel like I'd probably get tackled by security.
We're not going to be on the property though. We're going to be on the road that runs around. There's a ring road around it.
Though, what happens if you crash?
Never crash.
You run.
You got to pay to get in.
Yeah,
you run.
You got to pay to get in. Try to retrieve your drone. Hope the beeper's still going.
You never crash.
That would be amazing. That would be amazing. I would 100% do that.
Oh my gosh!
You just get a DJI drone to recover it. You'd be fine.
Yeah, sounds
just
scary.
Don't crash. It's like long range, man. You're not getting it back at Marcel's Mountain.
Yeah,
Marcel's.
But you got to suffer. You got to suffer for your art.
Why is it Marcel's for your art?
I love it.
No, this is Canada Wonderland right here. That's the mountain you'd be flying around.
Yeah, that's the mountain. Yeah. Dive that? Okay. Come on, man.
Maybe a Cinewhoop.
The wildebeest?
Has permission.
The wildebeest?
I would say, like, dude. Oh man, if I was gonna fly there, I would want to fly there doing something for the actual place. Not, I don't know.
We go in November when they're closed.
Fly through the waterfall. Yeah.
Shit.
Ain't nobody gonna be there. No koalas, no Mickey Mouses, no Scooby-Doo, no.
I'm a driver, not a lover.
I'm a fraidy cat, dude. I'm just a fraidy cat. Sorry.
You're a fraidy koala.
I'm a fraidy koala.
He only goes to bridges that are abandoned.
Exactly.
Channel your inner drop bear.
I only go to places that I'm not gonna totally fuck with. In some possible way.
Fly through a closed window.
With it, as long as you don't touch
that would
anything,
be fun.
Fine.
Yeah,
you're just gonna fly through things and around things. You're technically not even trespassing. You're technically not even touching anything.
Just perusing the area.
Just checking the place out, man.
Reconnoitering.
Yeah.
Hey, wait. I saw that edit. The corn just got longer. This is like a different.
Yep. Totally.
Corn was way shorter at the beginning of this video.
Way shorter.
That's some good corn length abilities there, Dan.
Hey, Skids, we played your video earlier. You're a fantastic pilot. Good job. Keep ripping, buddy.
Hey, Skids. I don't think I'd want to fly through a thick closed window. Maybe like a real
Skids and Skitzo.
I know. I saw Skids and I was like, did I type something? It's like the same number of letters.
Right.
Yeah, literally.
What's a corn cut? Oh, the corn cut. I got you now.
I have a question. If I started flying again, I feel like I would suck.
No, hell no, you wouldn't.
Think so?
I feel like I would be so rusty and it would be bad. But maybe I'd have a whole new style. Maybe I'll be an S. Maybe I'll be an S banger.
You'd be slapping sticks around.
You'd be rusty, but
do you ever use the sim?
No.
You'd be rusty, but I think you would probably pick it up in a half dozen packs. You'd be right back into.
We didn't have a simulator back then.
Oh, fair enough. Wow.
Well, okay. Well, when I started, they didn't. But
true.
That's another. That was another aspect that, because we were talking about how it's like technology's better. There's like a plethora of knowledge base now, and you have sims, right, to not break a bunch of stuff way beforehand.
That's literally like I put like 100 hours in the sim before I ever flew in real life.
Smart.
And just to see if I wanted to actually get into the hobby, because I knew I had to spend some money, right? So, yeah. Then it was like, well, this is cool. So, yeah, I didn't break it a lot right off the bat. I still have all my original shit. It's mostly alive.
I didn't do as much simming as I should have because I had a Mac and it did not like the sim at all. It ran like crap. So I was just like, fuck this. And I just went flying.
This is what you were talking about earlier, I think.
F3 Expo. Yeah.
Beep, 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 beep.
No diversity.
Gotta have the hood up.
Even.
You gotta have the hood up.
Just need
Is that
one
a rule?
antenna when you're flying indoors.
No, I was incredibly nervous for this. I've never flown in front of anyone other than like 2 of my friends.
Yeah.
So I had like, not that this place was exploded, but like I had the news, you know, the local news was there. I had cameras on me and all this shit. So I was like super nervous. I was shaking like crazy.
Man, the
Racing
pressure,
and
right?
shit, I bet. Yeah.
And that was a
Wow.
mind-blowing thing too, because nobody had ever done any kind of dive thing. So I like
Right.
dove that like little thing that they made.
Oh, really?
That's awesome.
That was like a
Can-
first thing.
Yeah,
No
that was
way.
the first like kind of whatever vertical dive thing that anyone's ever done, like into something.
Sick.
You can
That's
kind of
cool.
hear people
Nice.
cheering and clapping as well
Oh,
in
yeah,
the
yeah.
background of this video.
Because I remember telling, in fact, Zach Anub that's in here, he was here at this event, and I remember
Oh, wow.
saying, I don't know if I told him, but I remember saying, I'm gonna dive that and everyone's like, and my plan was to dive it at the very end, because keep in mind this is like, I want to say this was clean flight, like this was not even beta flight.
Wow.
So back then you didn't have air mode, right? So if you went full minimum stick, your motors would cut off and you just fall out of the sky. So you had to have really good throttle control. And I remember saying I was going to dive it, but my plan was to do it at the very end of the run, and I opened with it. I just went straight into it, and everyone was like, "What?"
Sick.
But yeah, when I watched this, I'm just like, "This is terrible." But like, but if you only knew, I think this was before S-Bus as well, so we were probably flying PPM as well, so you have crazy latency.
Wow.
True. Wow.
Wow.
That's insane.
You hear be like, people, "Woo!"
Yeah. That's super funny.
Man, it must have
got
been a cool
groupies.
experience though, like taking part of this whole this whole thing. It must have been an unreal feeling. of all
There's
the
Nick
production
Willard
and
back
everything.
there, like my only entourage, clapping.
All watching line of sight, nobody else in goggles, right? They're all just kind of watching it fly through the air.
The only people in
that's how
goggles
mine
at
is.
this point, I think, are the judges. Yeah, here you go.
Oh, yeah,
So
there you
those
go.
are the judges.
What were
This
they?
kid is
What
winging
the
it.
judges- what's that?
And so this was like the first
Was it like
ever. This was the first ever like freestyle contest too. Like this was the first time.
Oh, it was actual freestyle contest. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
There's right there in the background was Tony from Immersion RC and
Oh, Tony
cool.
Cake. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
And keep in mind the breakup is so bad in here. By the
I
way,
bet. Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
would love to see what the
Bouncing off
analyze.
that's Steel clapping right there. Look how young he is,
Yeah.
dude.
No, right?
Yeah.
Now he doesn't even have a mustache.
Yeah, he got rid of the mustache. I tried to do it again like a crazy man.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh.
Damn.
it's a perfect
There's Amy
language
like
spot.
Stephen Hawking right there trying to.
Yeah.
Back then, I couldn't really fly standing up. I obviously evolved into that, but
Oh.
yeah, I was way more comfortable sitting down.
You're right.
I cannot do it.
I love
But
standing
yeah,
up.
everyone's here. You've got like Phil Frybot, Nick Willard, Steele, Kevin,
Wow.
Lumineers here
Oh,
at the time.
geez.
Sharpoo's right there in the flannel. That's him right
Right,
there
yeah.
behind me. There's there's Phil. Gotta love him.
Nice.
And then there's why am I butchering it? Yeah, there's
Light test,
your
yeah.
boy.
Oh, that's the guy from Flight Test. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Final Glide. Chad Nowak was
Wow.
there as well.
Nice.
So yeah, so
Wow.
it was cool. That and so what's funny, what was a cool thing about that is that was my first time ever meeting Sharpoo. Like Sharpoo was like one of my all-time. He was like one. I watched him and Blackout the Drunk. Those were the two guys that I watched all the time. And Danny, what was his name? Oh my God, I'm gonna kill it. Metal Danny.
Metal Danny.
These
yeah.
names I'm dropping are really
Yeah.
old, so don't feel ashamed if you
yeah.
don't know them. So I watched them like all the time,
Mm-hmm.
and I met Sharpoo for this. Was my first time ever meeting him, and he was so cool and like soft spoken and humble, and he was it was cool because he was just as nervous as I was because he was a
Right.
part of the freestyle contest. And I remember he was in the bathroom, and I was going into the bathroom. He was leaving, and he was so nervous that his hands were freezing, and he was dipping his hands in like hot water trying to warm them up. Like
Wow.
that's how nervous he was, and I was like, man,
Yeah.
he's like just like me, and I was doing the same thing. It was kind of funny.
No,
So it
Who
was
won
just
the
cool. It
competition?
was just cool seeing this like legend that was also like nervous, like a
Totally.
human.
totally.
So
Who won the competition? Did you win?
Final Glide technically did, but but my run was because I crashed. You're not supposed to crash. Yeah.
Oh yeah, like it doesn't count or something if you crash, right?
Yeah. Like if it was a weird ranking system, but if you crashed, it basically voided your whole run. Like you lost all the points or something. It was they deducted a ton of points for a crash essentially.
Yeah.
So technically Final Glide won, but I guess my video became popular.
Yeah.
Right.
So
yeah, it's like what, like a couple 100K, right? Like that's
at the time, yeah, that was pretty mind blowing. It was something like that.
That is crazy. No, that's dude, that's big.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's I don't know. I really like to see the history of this shit because I've only been in the hobby for a few years, but
oh, cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah,
to
so
see,
I haven't been flying since you've been in the hobby, so that's pretty wild.
Yeah.
That's cool though. It's cool to see like like it's still going, like people like still like people still carrying the torch, and there's new people coming in and all these new pilots, and it's cool to still see that it's moving forward.
There's not a ton of analog pilots anymore though, I've noticed. Like I feel like
an old school thing.
Yeah,
trying to bring stuff.
All I've ever flown is analog though, so it's like
I mean, if you like it, I mean, I don't think it cripples you.
No,
I mean it does in certain aspects. Like I would assume digital gets better range overall, or maybe better penetration might be the better word.
Yeah. Like you're not gonna be able to go through a bunch of like crazy walls. With
I remember when I was flying with Kevin, he was on DJI, and we were flying like an office building. He's like on the other side of it, just cruising around, and I'm just like, if I get anywhere near that building, I'm blown out. Like
For me, for what I've been doing, it's like long range. I've been doing like testing with like I run a 3-watt VTX. It only runs on 2 watts.
Hell yeah!
But I'm getting like crazy long range with that, and I was testing that same unit with HD Zero system, and I'm still getting, even at like 800 milliwatt testing, I'm doing better range and penetration with analog than I am with HD Zero.
Wow,
crazy.
That is wild.
Yeah, and the latency, you can feel it like so much different when you go back and forth. Like you're just like, okay, what the heck?
Yeah,
it's so strange.
Yeah, for me, it's like if what I have works, why do I need to do something else?
That was my biggest thing too, is because I had like 12 rigs on analogs. Like I don't want to switch all these over. Like
yeah, for sure.
And it's expensive. I don't know.
Josh Beasley. Welcome in, Josh Beasley.
Josh Beasley in the chat. What's up, bro?
This is a
Baron
shot.
This is Adida FPV. Beartooth Highway. I don't know where Beartooth Highway is.
It's another movie scene.
Right.
Every time it's like this, like you see these crazy like wilderness shots, it's just a movie scene with what it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's to the second video of Cocaine Bear.
Somebody's thrown a body off that bridge in a movie, I'm sure.
In a movie, okay.
Are they gonna hit the gap though, dude? They gotta hit that gap. They gotta hit that gap. Come on.
Yeah, gotta.
Gonna transition.
Gotta.
Oh, please do it. Please do it. Oh no! Ends the video without hitting the gap.
Points. Minus points.
It's okay. No, it was actually a really nice video. I was just kidding.
Right. At that point, you should have started the video backwards from the bridge and work your way back or something.
Yeah.
Oh, this is cool. Motorcycle.
But they did a little zoom in, so it was like we were ready for it. You know, it's like.
Right. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh wait, isn't that the track down in California that was it 3x3 was doing there was like the world championship dirt bike races?
I don't know.
That track.
I couldn't tell you.
I think it was 3x3. Somebody we know was somebody that was doing the live FPV.
Oh, you're talking about the guy in Italy? No. I thought it was the 3x3 or something. He shoots a lot of dirt bike stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what you
races
mean
out in the desert and stuff. 3Y3. He's over on Gangly Gang's server.
Oh. don't think I know him. Thanks for coming in.
Maybe that's not. I don't know if that's the trick. Maybe that's not the track.
Yeah, Skitzo. So my buddy Jack from the UK, like I guess back in the day, he saw your KISS ESC videos, and he was trying it out just to see if it felt different. And yeah, basically he that's how he switched over to KISS.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Good night, Nomad. We're just about to watch a Nomad video. Don't leave.
I know. What the heck?
Nomad, you're coming up next, I think, or the one after that or something. I don't look at the playlist. I just make
so
it.
Do you think you'll ever get back into the flying, or is it just sort of going to be every now and again, or?
Me?
Yeah.
Probably. I mean, I'm still involved a little bit. I mainly do stuff behind the scenes. Like I'm working on some technology involved in it, and so
Very cool.
yeah, I've done a few things I'm not allowed to talk about, but I have.
Okay.
But I think I got name dropped on. Did any of you guys see the Terrence Howard episode? Terrence Howard and Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Yeah, he name dropped me on. So I basically worked on some software for Terrence Howard, and so.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I worked on like a simulator, basically like demonstrating this unique drone design that he came up with, and so I'm still involved a little bit. I won't go into details, but
Very cool.
I'm involved a little bit. But in terms of like doing what I did before, probably not. Might do it for fun though. You know, there definitely has been times where I still have that like old mindset where I'd be like driving home from work or something, and I'm like, man, that would be badass to rip that spot. You know, kind of.
Yeah.
I'll still have that even like years later. And
For
so I have definitely thought about, picking up the goggles again and just trying to, just go and have fun. But it'd be more, it'd be for me and on my time this time. It wouldn't be about YouTube or, subscribers or any of that crap.
For sure.
Well, I was going to say,
go ahead, Dan.
Oh, I was going to say, I'm dropping the link to Skitzo's channel in the chat there, so everybody can go and bug him.
It's kind of cool. It's actually kind of cool because not that it happens super often, but I'll get random comments on some of my old videos out of the blue. It's like, hey, I just want to let you know you helped me through like a dark time in my life, or you get like this kind of cool messages where you're like, man, cool. It's like, because you always think I'm just making these videos and I'm just some nerd that's flying drones, and it doesn't at the end of the day it doesn't matter. And then you get those kind of messages. You're like, okay, well that's kind of cool that it actually like helps somebody, or like you just said, someone like tried out KISS because of it, or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's still rewarding in that way, but who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, it is
maybe though. I definitely have thought about it on more than one occasion about making a comeback and just posting and having a good time again. So
just fly for fun and share fun videos.
If you're feeling it, do it.
Need to...
Yep.
Totally.
I will. I think there's a good possibility that I'll post a video sometime in the next few months or something.
That'd be cool, man. I bet you a lot of people would be stoked.
Yeah, like all of 3,000 of my subscribers that are left.
Yeah.
I feel like most of my subscribers are like don't fly FPV anymore. You know what I mean? Like they're like old subscribers.
Yeah, there is almost like 50, a wave, right? Like
100%.
You got 53.
Oh, I know,
53,000.
Yeah, but I'm saying a majority of those people probably don't even fly anymore, or what I mean, aren't paying attention to.
Yeah.
There's this weird thing where you have what is it? I don't know what to call that. It's like subscriber decay or something, where it's like a lot of those people
they don't even get the videos don't even get pushed to them anymore and shit.
Correct, that kind of stuff. Yeah. And I'll be way out of the algorithm because I haven't posted in God knows how long. But you'll get it would be fun though, just to kind of people would be like, wait a minute, is this real?
Yeah, they'd be like, wait, yeah. It almost just out of like a surprise type of thing. Yeah
I thought about it. I thought about doing a cool I just bought a DJI setup and I'm gonna try it out for the first time, and don't know what to expect, but we'll see.
Well, you have a good chance over Castle Crash is going to be doing their thing in mid-August, and that's just over where you are in that same neck of the woods. So forget exactly the area.
Wait, Castle Crash?
Yes. And Zoe is one
Why
of
does
the
that sound familiar?
co-hosts. Yeah, it's a very popular event. I think 3 years running.
Where is it again?
I'm trying to remember the name,
North,
but I also know
North Carolina.
I know exactly where it is. Yeah, in North Carolina somewhere.
Oh, yeah, that
North
is.
or South Carolina. I can't remember if it's in South
It's
Carolina.
probably. I don't know. I know Rampage is South Carolina.
Castlecrash.org is the website, and it is in South
Carolina, Georgia border.
Johnson Highway, Trenton, South Carolina.
Sounds not too far from me.
East Wind Castle, August 30th
Hey,
to September 2nd. Yeah,
so what is this?
Big.
It's like a drone event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Drone event in a medieval village.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I kind of want to just go to a random FPV event and see if like anyone notices me.
That'd be hilarious.
Just like walk around with like a hoodie on or something. Yeah. Like, no, I don't know what you're talking about.
That's the one Zoe's going to be at. If you want
cool.
to check that one out. She's actually one of the main co-hosts of it.
Very cool.
A 3D weekend actually inspired the entire event too as well.
Wow. Maybe I'll have to go out and say hey to everyone.
Pretty close to you. Ciati will be there. A bunch of people you know.
Yeah.
Would you say that there's like there was a golden era of FPV in a sense?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. It's gone, but it's still there's still a lot of new. I don't know. It seems neat because there's like a lot of people that disappeared, and then there's a lot of new faces. So that's just how anything goes, right? Like so.
For sure.
To be fair. So I was kind of sad when Sharpoo stopped flying, and Maddie Stunts disappeared. Like all these random people that
Yeah.
You guys don't know P. Shaw, but I flew with him a lot, and while Willie, stopped flying. I think he does it for a job though. I know he's building drones or something. I don't know. So it's kind of cool. Phil Frybot, I think, does like more cinematography stuff now. Johnny FPV does cinematography now, so it's just kind of like it's kind of neat, like to see the evolution of it, Because it's kind of why I think it's super cool because back when we were doing it, there was no like you weren't gonna get paid for this shit. You were just we were out there spending money on new props, and who knew where it was going. And now it evolved into like Kevin's teaching like the military how to fly drones. Steel just is successful as hell, and Johnny FPV, all the cinema stuff going on. So it's kind of cool to see like. It went from like this is a really neat hobby to like people are actually making like good livings off of it. So
it's an industry.
It's pretty cool to see that full
Very
circle.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is always turning your passion into your whatever is like pretty cool.
Yeah.
Good job, yeah.
It's like sometimes it's like weird to call it a career or like a
I don't know
the term on it.
Yeah.
That's why I said
I didn't want to call it that, but I mean it kind of is for people. So
yeah, totally. Totally.
It's not my job. It's what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's definitely that one element. I guess when you say the golden age was kind of the I don't know. It's super cool. Like but like when I first got into this technology, I was like, oh my God, I want to know what like the top of the trees look like, or like there's like this whole like kind of like unknown aspect about it of like exploration, and then it evolved into freestyle. But now all that's gone, right? We've already seen rolls and flips and yaw spins and Rubik's cubes and Matty flip. Like we've dove buildings a billion times. We've shot drift cars a billion times. So that part of it's gone, right? The excitement of like, oh, I wonder what we can do. But there's still more, I think, on the horizon. I still feel like we're just kind of grazing the surface of what's going to happen with this stuff. So,
Killing Fields steals a poem.
Yeah.
That's all I had to fly, brother. So that's about. I had to make do. I mean, like you see this right here. This is all I had. This is all I had access to fly was this, and then office parks. That's about it.
Yeah, the parts availability was the same back then.
What you were talking about, like the new aspect of it is gone. I still think you still have it though with yourself and your friend group. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Like, by the time I got into it, everything had been done. I don't think there's any new tricks that have been invented since I got into it in the last 2 years. You know.
And that's what and the last year that I flew, that's what it was about. It was more of a social gathering, getting together with my boys. We'd go out and fly. We'd be doing the same thing we've done a million times, but we would afterwards we'd go get some Korean tacos and just like chill. And so it was really like the social aspect that kind of kept it going towards the end.
For sure.
But I think
I missed that the most. Like I missed hanging out with all of them. It was just fun. Talking about the footage, or just like everyone was excited about it. So
it's like
I think that still exists. I think that still exists.
Oh, it does. I'm just saying my
individual groups. Like
I'm saying my circle.
Yeah, personally.
Yeah. Honestly, it's I always compare it to skateboarding. Like skateboarding as a kid, as a teenager, like you're with your buddies, you're fucking around, you're trying tricks, you're finding cool new spots. It's going
to one spot, getting kicked out, going to the next spot, getting kicked out.
But it's not the same that if you went to skateboard now, is what I'm trying to say. Like you would still have a good time because it's like nostalgic and like whatever, but it's not the same. This guy said, now we have Bot Grinder to represent us. Please help.
Awesome. Oh, man. Bot Grinder is awesome.
He is. He's a good guy. Yeah.
Don't be mean. Don't be a mean.
All right. This guy's flying from the top of a mountain.
So that is wild.
This guy's cheating, but either way.
Dude, it's long range, I swear.
Yeah. I hiked to the top of the mountain.
Oh, dude. You have that like right in front of you? That's ridiculous.
This is nutty.
It's got to be dangerous though, because if you go down below the mountain, you're going to lose your signal pretty quick. You know what I mean? Like
if you're on
going downhill, it's
like a binary switch. It's gone. Yeah.
You have to like be on a weird angle looking down.
Yeah.
Or you could set up your antennas like that guy in the other stream the other day.
Yeah, just set up a bunch of ground stations everywhere. You'll be fine.
Wow, that's
super
nice.
cool, man. I'm so jealous of like elevation stuff, man.
Yeah, it's amazing.
That's also sketchy. There's no way in hell I would climb up that damn thing.
Right?
Yeah, no.
I'd fly up.
Yeah, imagine standing and flying there while you're standing on top of that. Like, dude,
I'd be so scared, dude.
Yeah.
Mountain goat comes
just
up
me
like
physically being on the peak of that thing, I would be scared, let alone like flying.
Yeah.
Right.
I actually flew from a place that was like, let me do the conversion here. So it was like basically 2,000 miles up, and I was definitely nervous and felt a little crazy.
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah.
Meters.
2,000.
No, miles.
2,000 miles is outer space.
200.
It's outer space.
Did I say 2,000?
You said 2,000. That's why I was like, could you breathe? Because
I don't like
2 million miles.
No, sorry. 3,000. Oh no, wait, hold on. I have it wrong.
1 million miles.
Are you talking about feet? A couple of mountains?
It's like 2 or 3 miles. 2 or 3 miles. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
I just had the conversion wrong.
Just last summer, I flew from an overlook thing, like a park, on the side of a hill, and they had this big stone wall, and I sat on the wall with my feet dangling over the edge, which was a big drop, and I went flying, and I couldn't handle it. I had to land the drone because my feet were dangling, and I knew I was really high up. And like the vertigo part of your brain that still kicks in when you're flying. I was like, oh my God, I can't do this. I feel like I'm about to fall off this wall. Like I don't normally fall out of my chair. I had to
it is kind of weird how that works, because like typically that stuff doesn't bother me, but sometimes if I'm diving a building or something, I'll get some kind of weird vertigo that kicks in. Like where I feel like I'm falling off the building.
But
I don't know.
Try it sitting with your legs dangling.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Weird. I had to almost do an emergency landing because I was just so discombobulated.
Yeah,
I was like, no, screw this.
You just lean forward slightly too much. Yeah,
you just face first into the whatever. Like,
so I sat in a lawn chair. I sat in a lawn chair 2 feet away, and I was fine because my feet were on the ground. And,
this is nice.
You know.
Well, wait a second.
Oh,
Did
man,
you have your feet on the ground, Danzilla, when you were doing the swing challenge?
No, and I couldn't fly that either.
Well, you did. You technically.
Well, they brushed the ground. I was still rocking, but yeah.
Yeah, I guess that was Fat Pastor who won.
I can fly standing or sitting. Depends on the spot. If I have somewhere to sit, I probably would do it, but it's not like fully necessary, I guess. And if there's nowhere to sit, I mean, you could sit on the ground, I guess.
Right.
But
yeah.
If you're like a construction site and there's nowhere to sit, like probably gonna stand.
Try flying standing backwards in your sunroof while the car is moving forward. Fun.
Yeah, totally, dude.
Oh, that would be rough.
Nice transition. Look at that transition, dude. Damn.
Yeah, this video's got all the transitions. This is amazing.
This dude's just chilling up there.
That reminds me of that episode we did where we were in the Tesla. We were in a Tesla and like he was like launching it and we were trying to fly our drones and follow it at the same time. It was the most nauseating thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
I bet.
It's not easy.
Yeah, but one thing I noticed too is a lot of people that aren't in the hobby can't watch FPV shit because of how nauseating the.
Yeah, my sister never could watch my channel because she said it made her sick.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. That's another reason why.
That's one of the cool things about it.
Styles of drones.
I was like, if mine makes you sick, you should watch those S bangers.
No shit. I know.
That's such a fun part about the hobby because there's still that brain body connection. You still get a little bit of adrenaline. You still duck a little bit when you hit a gap. You know, like it still gets me.
Yeah.
Well, if you're immersed enough in it, you actually get
feel the
experience
speed.
Yeah,
flying.
Yeah, it's amazing. I love it. 360 cameras, people can't handle it. Yeah, 360 cameras. I don't.
That gap is so perfect on the side of that little mountain.
That's because it's so unnatural.
Oh, look at that sunset. That's what I'm waiting for here. I want one of those sunsets. But every sunset recently has been like no clouds. No clouds.
You'll get probably a couple good ones like that a year in this like summer.
You need one of those hunter's sky or whatever they're called when the sky goes all colors.
Yeah,
moon or something.
Whoa.
There you go. That's a nice shot too. Holy, finishing it off.
Every night at 8 o'clock, I'm out there.
What movie is this from? Indeed, movie of his life. All right. Well, this is the last video of the stream, everybody. Thank you all for being here. Our light show.
Speaking of light shows, did you see that drone show that had fireworks on the drones?
No.
The drones were like spitting fire. It was pretty cool.
What? No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, the next
I've
evolution.
Seen someone back in the day strap Roman candles to.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago, though.
People are still doing that.
Yeah.
Background did that recently. I think last year or something.
The one I saw was like an eagle, and like the wings had like showers of sparks coming off of it.
Hell yeah!
It was like crazy.
Share the link or it doesn't exist.
I saw it on the news. I saw it on the news.
Yeah.
Wait, is that the space shuttle exploding? Did I just see? What was that?
Is that a car going by just like right in the background? That's
maybe. Yeah, if you guys haven't subscribed to Skitzo, Danzilla, Koala, myself, please subscribe.
If you haven't subscribed to Skitzo, then what the fuck are you doing? And where have you been in this?
They're like, let's subscribe to a dead channel.
Go subscribe and bug them. Send them a message. Tell them you love them.
Hell yeah.
That's super cool.
That is.
Yeah, these light shows have gotten pretty
automated.
Amazing.
I've seen some of this.
I swear I saw one a while ago, and they sent up the drones in a big grid, and they actually had like a TV show on it. Like each drone was a pixel.
That's crazy.
I swear I saw it, and I could never find that video again. I was like, what the hell, man? That was so cool.
If you guys got
like
videos
1,000
like
pixels,
Danzilla doesn't have links to, post them in the Discord.
That's right.
Discord. Please post your videos. Next week we will share your videos. I'm waiting for a couple more. And it's really great to have you on, Skitzo. It's really cool to meet you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, dude.
This was a treat, man. Thanks for like diving me down memory lane as well as sharing some of the new pilots and stuff. It's really cool.
Fuck yeah!
I don't get to sit around and just watch flight videos anymore, so it's really cool to see how bad I am at drones.
and we don't get to meet like OG heroes every day. So
yeah, dude, it's like,
Yeah.
well, when was the last time you did something like this? Like, have you done live streams and stuff in the past, or?
I have in the past. I used to do live streams on my channel for a short period of time, and then I've done a couple quad talks. I think was one of them, and
cool.
There was one with Get FPV when you released.
That is right. I was the first pilot they did their live streaming with, and so I've done a little bit. So
that's cool.
I'm not super socially awkward, just a little bit. So I'm okay.
Well,
I can get through them.
Come and hang out with us. Come and hang out with us anytime, man.
I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come to Canada and fly some of those dope mountains and trees you guys got.
Actually, middle of September.
Middle of September, I'm hosting a big event here. It's a micro event. We are going to do a 5-inch Friday for anybody who comes in early. But basically, we're doing an FPV the city. We're basically taking a walking tour, drone tour around the downtown. And on the Sunday, we're doing a college campus and flying around all the cool spots around there. That's mid-September. Fly FPV, True RC, SN Hobbies, and Happy Model, T-Motor, and Fox Year have been the first sponsors so far on the big list. So it's going to be a big event this year. It's the first annual, and there's more to come up here in Canada. So I'm trying to get more freestyle people up here. Our community is very small up here, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean,
our population is a lot smaller than the States.
Yeah. If we're doing 5-inch Friday, we should do Mountain Monday.
What about 7-inch Saturday?
There you go.
We might as well. I mean,
what about 10-inch Tuesdays? I don't know.
There you go.
There you go.
You guys are just so good at combining the letters,
right?
I figured.
Whacker Wednesdays. I don't know. Let's go.
Whoop,
all right.
Whoop Wednesdays. Whoop Wednesdays.
Yeah, man. Yeah, super cool to meet you, man.
Yeah. Every beginning of the month we have community hangouts, so everyone is always welcome back on community hangouts. If you are part of Discord or Facebook or something, I can reach out to you, usually with an email. But either way, I can.
You should try to get Matty Stunts on. He's one of your boys. Right?
I've tried a couple times, but he's super busy with his kid, and his new name is Matty Loves Golf, I think, or something now. So
he's a golfer.
Well, his kid, they do a lot of simming on it and stuff. It's pretty cute.
Right.
Anyway, thanks again, everybody.
We'll
see you guys next
week. That was awesome. Thank you, guys.
Good night, all.
Peace.
Be safe.
Flying high.